Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. How's everybody doing? Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate ya. Welcome one, welcome all to the RWBY Volume 8, Chapter 9 live stream discussion. How's everybody doing? Thank you guys all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Can you guys see me and hear me well? Is everything sounding okay? Coming in all right? Dude, your hair looks so good. Yeah, I need to wash it tomorrow, actually. Actually, I'm gonna take a shower after this. Yeah, my, things are growing. I still don't know what the hell I'm trying to do with it, but it is what it is. How's everybody doing? I'm okay. I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking, Neon Wolf. Does everything look okay? Does everything sound okay? You probably noticed that I'm not off to the side. It's because I'm gonna be recording a little something. Because I was like, I can make a separate video on this, but I can at least inform the people who are in the live stream and simultaneously clip this as its own video for YouTube. So I'm working smarter, not harder. But yeah, this chapter was really good. Holy shit, we have a lot to talk about. Oh man, it was so good, man. It was a really good chapter. I was popping off, dude. You guys will see the reaction tomorrow. But yeah, oh man, this chapter was so good. I don't really know what they're gonna do with the next couple chapters, but goddamn, a lot of stuff is kicking off. Dye your hair red? Oh god, no. No, 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 no. I don't dye hair. Holy crap, my first time back watching these discussion videos and the first thing I notice is your hair. Yep, that's what happens when you don't get a haircut every 2 weeks for the last, like, 10 years. What the hell did Oscar do? I know, right? We gotta talk about that. We have a lot of stuff to get through. That's at the very end, though. But yeah, Kermit Clinton, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that, bud. Yeah, a lot of speculations. I've heard a lot of different things that people are thinking about what happened at the very end of the chapter. But yeah, hold on, give me 1 second. Okay. I've been waiting a whole week for your review of this chapter. Aaron, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. If it happens again, I think I'm just going to switch to Friday live streams. I'm sorry. Yeah, Friday live streams. Because, like, I've been trying to get Thursday as the day of, but something always comes up or I'm always lagging behind on like getting these put together. And so I'm going to try one more time to reach a Thursday live stream discussion. And if it doesn't happen, then we'll just make these Friday by default because we've basically been doing that the whole time. But yeah. Kenzie G, please don't spam in the chat. I see you saying the same thing over and over and over again, and you will get timed out if you continue to do that, so please don't do that. Hey Arnold, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Why? Is something... Do I seem off? No, I'm good. I'm good. Everything's good. Everything's great. I'm actually like looking forward to streaming Genshin Impact tomorrow too, actually. So I'm doing really good. There's a lot of stuff that's going on right now. So no, I appreciate it, Josh. I appreciate it. Yeah, no worries overall. But yeah, just taking my time, just just going through life one day at a time. You kind of looked angry for a second. No. I just don't like when people, constantly spam over and over and over again just so I read their comment. It's like there's hundreds of people in chat, so you just have to respect that. But yeah. Hey, sirs and madams, welcome, welcome. Yeah, thank you guys all so much for tuning in. So, there's one thing that I want to address and talk about, because I have seen a couple of people in chat mention it. me and Kaylin are going to make a formal, I guess, statement, if you will, about it during later tonight. But for those of you who don't know, I did make a community post and a Twitter about this. Kaylin has also made a community post, Twitter mention, as well as a video regarding the GoFundMe campaign that she and I started, and kind of have addressed and put out there in the community for the situation that's going on right now in Austin, Texas for the RWBY, and basically just for emergency relief efforts for like emergency damages, food, anything that they kind of need that's been going on, because they've been getting pretty screwed over for like everything that's naturally happened in the last couple of years. Like, you know, they've been working from home since COVID, and now like Texas is in a really like severe like weather condition, and you know, people are working from home. Some people are without electricity, some people are without like food, and like some people have like damages to their house, and they're working from home too, so they have a lot of stuff that they're dealing with. And so it was really Kaylin's idea first and foremost. I just want to say I don't want to just take credit for doing this. I definitely helped, you know, make it an easier process by like getting the word out there and stuff like that. But she was really adamant about wanting to do more than just simply say on Twitter, you know, that we're thinking about them and we want their best. You know, we have their, you know, we have them in our thoughts and we want them to make it through this. And they've also been getting a lot of shit from people because tomorrow there is no chapter 10. I did upload a video about that. If you guys don't know and you guys are seeing the stream or you guys are learning about this for the first time, chapter 10 is delayed by a week. It is not coming out tomorrow for first members. It is actually coming out next week on the 27th for first members, and that's just because of the fact that, you know, obviously the episode is done, but they're not going to prioritize making sure the episode goes live on the day of, because they have other shit that they'd rather focus on, and rightfully so, you know what I mean, regardless if people feel like they're owed an episode just because they're a first member or whatever the case might be. So I just wanted to kind of let you guys know about this, because we have currently, in 24 hours, actually in less than 24 hours, we raised over $10,000. The page is still up, donations are still being accepted, and what's even better about this actually is that we have made communications with someone at Rooster Teeth, and we are currently in the works right now of figuring out how to go about getting these funds to the people that need it most. It's a process that requires time, patience, and planning. And so I just want to let you guys know that we have been talking to someone at Rooster Teeth, and we are currently trying to find the best way of allocating these funds so that way they can be used efficiently. So I know that there have been a few people who have like reached out to us, and you know, they obviously they you know, they know we have good faith in doing this, but they're still, you know, they still want to make sure that what is being contributed is going to the people that need it most. And Rooster Teeth themselves are also doing the best on their end too, to make sure that their workers are compensated, or if anyone reaches out that they're able to help. But this is to just go a little bit further for the community side, to be like, hey, RWBY, we care about you. We don't care that the episode is being delayed. We much rather care about your safety, your well-being, and all of that stuff. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that first and foremost, because some people were mentioning it and talking about it, and we are going to make a public address, like on social media and on the page, on the GoFundMe for people, so that way the donators can understand and know about the recent developments that have happened over the last day. But thank you guys so much. Like that like really like made our day to know that, holy shit, like the community really cares. And there's a lot of people on RWBY who reached out to us and, you know, expressed their gratitude of the fact that there's just a lot of stuff that's going on with them. And it's just a rough situation to be in. And so I'm just really grateful and thankful that the community showed that they cared, not just by spreading the word, but contributing as well. And, you know, just showing their support in whatever ways they can. So, you know, for me at the very least, and obviously Cal, she's busy right now, but thank you guys very much for showing support, for spreading the word, for sharing it, for doing, you know, the best that you guys can as well, in showing RWBY that you care about them. And we'll get the episodes, you know what I mean? We've gone like, what, 2 months, you know, between the last chapter and between the last chapter and chapter 7. and it's only a week, and it's understandable given the circumstances and the situation that they're in right now. So, so yeah, I just wanted to, I wanted to address that first and foremost. I didn't want that to be like something that I pretended doesn't exist or whatever. I wanted that to be the first and foremost address, just to get that out of the way so people know. And if anyone asks, you guys can tell them or link them back to this video. It's at the very beginning of the discussion. And yeah, so, so yeah, I guess that's all the, I guess that's the important stuff out of the way. Let's see. Hey, Kirsten. Hi, Arnold. I hope you're well. I can't wait for tonight's discussion because, damn, it was so good. Yeah, it was really, really good. I'm actually, yeah, we're going to be starting the discussion any minute now. Just give me 1 second. We also have a very interesting poll for this week. I actually thought of this poll myself. Well, I think I come up with most of them, but like this one in particular, I'm like, oh man, this is a result of like what I've been going through over the last week. So I think it's going to be, I don't know, it's just going to be interesting to see people's, see how people vote and just see the outcome and the results, because it is kind of interesting as well. Kind of ironic that this happened right after the episode where they were trying to get the power back on. Oh boy. What did I miss? Nothing much. I just kind of just chatting with people before we start. But yeah. Okay. I think we're ready. Oh, also, Kermit Clinton, thank you for the, I'm praying for Friday's live stream. I'm praying for Friday live streams because I don't have work. Yeah, I mean, the thing that in my head, I think of it like, I think Thursday is an ideal sweet spot for live stream discussions, because if you're here live on Thursday, you get to watch it. And if you miss it, you have an entire follow-up day to watch the live stream, like as a VOD after the fact, and you still have a full day to watch that or hear my thoughts or whatever before the next chapter comes out. I like having that Friday buffer in case anyone doesn't get to watch it, because if you miss out on it, it's like, if it comes out, you know, if I do the live streams on Friday and you're not here to watch it, you know, Saturday comes and it's already the new episode, already new information, new content, and I feel like, you know, everything else after that is kind of thrown to the wayside. Like if people care that much, they'll go back to it, but it doesn't feel like a priority to most people with the new episode coming out. So that's the only reason why I like doing them on Thursdays. And also Fridays is kind of a good day for me if I want to stream or if I want to relax and, you know, I don't want to have to like work the day before the next episode comes out. So that's kind of my mindset. That's always been my mindset for why my live streams have been on Thursdays, or I've tried to have them be on Thursdays. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Luis Lentigua, I think that's how you say that. Hey Arnold, this is actually my second ever live stream. My first was the ending of Breath of the Wild on Twitch. Oh my god, that was so long ago, dude. Yeah, Breath of the Wild. We played Breath of the Wild, what, 2018? That was like almost, actually almost 3 years ago. Welcome. I hope you enjoy that. This is where we do all of our RWBY discussions, so I appreciate you tuning in for that. Let's see. Black Omen. Hey, Arnold, it's my birthday today, but I just wanted to stop in and say, hey, I haven't watched the episode yet, so I'll watch this tomorrow. All right, well, enjoy it. It's a good one, and I hope you enjoy the reaction. Happy birthday, by the way. Hope you have a good one. Hope there's cake involved. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, 2018 was 3 years ago. Quick maths. Arnold, are your Overwatch streams available anywhere? I'm having trouble finding them. Maybe I'm just dumb. I'm not familiar with Twitch. No, the only streams that are archived on my Twitch channel are games that are mainly like story driven or story focused. So any multiplayer only, like League of Legends, Overwatch, Call of Duty, Apex, like I don't save those to Twitch. But yeah. Oh, thank you guys. Everyone's giving Black Omen birthday wishes. So hopefully if they see the VOD, they check out the chat replay. Anyways, so before we jump into the live stream discussion, I did want to talk about this last RWBY-based topic, and this is something that I'm also going to clip out of this discussion and upload to YouTube, just so I can kill two birds with one stone with talking to you guys who are live in chat, but also making this video for people who don't know about this. So, as we all know, we have RWBY proper, which is the mainline, you know, series of RWBY. We have RWBY Chibi, which is this cute, like, 3D animation spin-off, which hopefully, fingers crossed, we get RWBY Chibi season 4, whenever that ends up making a return. We have RWBY the Grimm campaign, which is the live D&D series that Rooster Teeth has been doing. But if you guys didn't know, there is a brand new 2D, I think it's 2D, animated RWBY series that Rooster Teeth announced last year. It was supposed to come out last year. We all know why it didn't come out last year. That is up for schedule. That is planned to come out this year. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it is RWBY Fairy Tales of Remnant. Now, this is a little GIF from the this basically is just a little GIF from the sneak peek of what they showcased. I will leave a link in the description that has the video that Rooster Teeth did of all of their upcoming shows that they are planning for 2021. But if you guys did not see this, I think it's going to be along the lines of a 2D animated series of a bunch of fairy tales within the RWBY series that we know of and that we don't know of, because as we know, you know, the RWBY series has a lot of you know, fairy tales that we've heard of: The Shallow Sea, The Girl in the Tower, The Story of the Seasons, The Tale of the Two Brothers. And so there are a lot of other fairy tales out there that we also know that aren't within the show. There was also a new one that Oscar got told to from Ozpin in this chapter, chapter 9, The Girl Who Fell Through the World, and we've never heard of that one up until that chapter. But if you guys noticed the logo of this new series, it's probably familiar, because I think what Rooster Teeth is doing is something that I've really wanted them to do for a while, which is kind of go down the traditional anime route, where, you know, in Japan at the very least, they make a manga and then they adapt that manga into an anime. And I've wanted them to do that with the books. I've wanted them to do that with you know, After the Fall and Before the Dawn. And so this is, I think, what they're going to be adapting directly. There are about 12 fairy tales in the RWBY Fairy Tales of Remnant book. This came out, I believe, last year, and it was written by E.C. Myers, who also wrote the you know, After the Fall and Before the Dawn, the Coffee and Team Sun books. And I think what Rooster Teeth is doing is I don't know if they're going to go the route of, you know, say, The World of Remnant. I don't know if they're going to be that short, or if they're going to be maybe a little bit more extensive, like maybe 8 to 10 minutes. But yeah, there are a lot of really cool fairy tales in this book that kind of go through different aspects of the world of Remnant, the history, the culture, things of that nature. And just to run off a few of them. So the first chapter is called The Warrior in the Woods, which focuses on a female silver-eyed warrior. They have The Shallow Sea. They have some of the stories that we know about, but expressed a little bit more. The Shallow Sea, The Tale of the Two Brothers, The Four Seasons. And then they have some other ones. The Indecisive King, aka The King, the Crown, and the Widow, actually goes into a little bit of detail regarding the Relic of Choice, a mysterious crown with specific abilities. I'm not going to spoil it, but you know, the Crown of Choice is somewhat referenced in this book. There's a new Grimm in the Grimm Child storybook. Yeah, so the Grimm Child is another one that focuses on a brand new Grimm that has a very chilling ability. And even one of them, the Infinite Man, is a fairy tale that is taken directly from one of Ozpin's past lifetimes. And there's a bunch of other ones in here that I won't spoil or get too much into, but if you guys don't know about it, this is a really, really worthwhile pickup, really beautiful illustrations. If you guys can, I was a little extra with it, but I got the physical copy because I love collecting Rooster Teeth, like RWBY, you know, merch and peripherals and all that kind of stuff. So I got a physical book, but I also got the audio book, because if you get the audio book, Shannon McCormick actually like voices a few of the excerpts and forwards as Professor Ozpin, because this is actually supposed to be a copy of the fairy tales from Professor Ozpin's personal like journal or diary or book itself. So so yeah, again, if you guys don't know, Fairy Tales of Remnant, new series coming to Rooster Teeth, I think at some point this year, probably maybe in the summer or towards the end of the summer, getting prepped probably for RWBY Volume 9. So it'll probably come out before RWBY 9, and it'll lead up into the next volume for next year. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that because it'll be kind of a cool way for some people to pick up the book, read it before the animation comes out, and then you can kind of see how they adapted it from the book form to the show form. When did they even announce this? They announced, actually, this kind of went under the radar as well because a lot of people didn't know about it, but it was uploaded on their Rooster Teeth, like on roosterteeth.com. I believe the video was called Rooster Teeth Bring On 2021, and it was basically just a showcase of all of the things that Rooster Teeth has in store in terms of new shows, returning shows in the year of 2021. They did this last year as well, but I feel like a lot of these really go under the radar and they don't really advertise a lot of the new stuff. And this is the only thing that we got from the fairy tales of Remnant. Swagmaster6969. Yeah, I've seen your comment a few times. I just, like I said with the other person, just please don't spam too much of the same message because I don't want the mods to have to time you out. I do appreciate the gesture though. I don't know who you're referring to either, so I do apologize, but yeah, just it's just not a good look to do in anyone's chat, like spamming the same thing over and over and over and over, so just please don't do that. But yeah, so if you guys haven't checked it out, at the very least, check out the book. It's about $15. You can get it at like on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. I believe it's on Kindle, so you can get it for like Audible, I believe also has it. And yeah, like I said, I think it's really worth the investment. I haven't really covered it on the channel because I have read it already because I'm not very good with with imagery and like reviewing written work. I feel like I do a lot better with talking about things that I know about or that I experience if it's a game or a show that I can watch and listen and hear and stuff like that. So that's probably like, so I have read this already, but when this series comes out, if it is an adaptation of the stories that are in this book, I'll definitely cover them in full and, you know, bring a standardized series like I usually do. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, Phoenix Knight did a breakdown of most of the stories, if not all of the stories. So, if you guys want to check out somebody who has already discussed, Killaxon has also done videos on the Fairy Tales of Remnant as well. But I feel like it's something that mostly went under most people's radar. But I couldn't recommend this book enough to people. It's definitely worth a read. It's worth it for like the illustration. Like, look at this. Like, even the front cover is just like a reference. Like all of these little like symbols and imagery is just based on like a bunch of different mentions of fairy tales within the show. And I don't know, I just really like it. I think it's definitely worth. E.C. Myers did a great job on this, very much so like he did with the other two books that I still have yet to read. But I plan on reading, especially if they're gonna adapt those into animations as well. But I just wanted to fill you guys in on that if you guys were unaware that there is a new RWBY show that we're gonna be able to get. I think, like I said, in the 2D realm, it might be something akin to, like I said, the World of Remnants. I'm not entirely sure lengthwise. We don't really know anything else other than they're likely going to be adapting Fairy Tales of Remnant, maybe these, maybe the ones we know in the show, and maybe some brand new ones that we've never heard of at some point in 2021. So, yeah, just wanted to let you guys know about that. All right. With all that said now I think we can get into the discussion. GMS1, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate that. If you link your YouTube account with your Discord account as a channel member, you get access to my private Discord server. So I appreciate the support, and that is one of the many perks to that. So once again, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so before we start, I actually have to move my camera. So give me a second. Okay, I just need to move this. Oh, actually, that's probably the worst way to do that. Usually my camera's already in place, but because I was going to talk about the GoFundMe and I was going to talk about the Grimm thing, I was like, okay, let me set it up this way, but now I have to fix it live. So you guys are seeing, this is how this is where the magic happens. This is how I bring the live streams to life. Okay, I think, is that good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Oh, we're good. Sweet. Don't worry, slow chat's going on. Wow, you guys are quick to want, you guys want to be in purgatory that bad? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's see. What do we got? All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time again. You know it. You love it. But you hate to see it. Slow chat will be enabled for 30 seconds. I'm feeling a little generous this time around, so, you know, I dumbed it down from 45 to about 30, so don't say I never did anything for you. All right, 3, 2, 1. I'll see you guys later. Oh, God. Is it really snowy where you live? It is freaking freezing outside. I went outside to check the mail, and I was like, good God, this is awful. It's like snow and rain, but it's like wet everywhere outside because it, you know, the rain, it's raining and snowing, so it's just like the worst combination of the two. And like the snow is like actually sticking to the floor, so it's just like the worst. It's just like a very chill air outside completely. I feel like it would be warmer if it was only snowing, but because it's snowing and raining and it's a bit windy, it's just awful all around. At least that's for me. I live in Massachusetts, so I can't really say how it is elsewhere. All right, let's see. Megan Martin. Oh yeah, Arnold, this is my first live stream. I just started watching your stuff. Welcome. I hope you enjoy. We are getting into the discussion for chapter 9 of volume 8 of RWBY, so I hope you enjoy the conversations, the banter, all that stuff. We're a rowdy bunch over here, but we're a very open and happy community, so I hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you so much for the support. But yeah, okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's pay our respects to the brave men and women in the fight for the Battle of Atlas. I don't know if William Pendragon is among those lost souls. If he isn't, I really hope he lets his presence be known in the chat. But we wouldn't be where we are now without the brave sacrifices of the men, women, and Atlesian paladins. And the Grimm are everlasting, non-stopping. So I really, really hope that nothing bad happens to characters that we know and love, like Ciel Soleil, who still hasn't been shown in the damn show since Volume 3. But give us Team Funky. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get at this point, okay? Anyways, yeah, the chapter opens up with this massive battlefield. Shit ton of Grimm. You can actually see dead bodies on the field too, which is kind of insane. And you see like the soldiers coming out of the trenches, going into the fight. And yeah, you have, let's see, you have sabers, you have manticores, you have Berengals, you have I think I actually saw, hold on, you got some Ursas in there. You have actually, I don't know if you guys noticed, but hold on. How do I stop this? Hold on. God damn it. I picked the wrong one. Hey! Is that a sulfur fish I see? An entire fucking sea, a swarm of sulfur fish. Yep. That do be the new Grimm type. So for those who don't know, once again, these are the sulfur fish that won the contest, the Grimm community contest in the summer of 2020. And, yeah, they're officially in the show. They were a little bit showcased in the previous chapters, but they didn't really do them justice. So, at the very least, now you can see their models. You can see them, like, in their full glory. You can actually see, like, their tails lit up and all that stuff. And this is the first form of the sulfurfish. Again, the sulfurfish actually swarm their opponents at this base level. And if that doesn't work, they actually can combine and form different, like, they basically have, like, a Form A and a Form B. So, these guys can, like, pretty much combine to form like a Megazord Grimm, if you will. And yeah, this is their basic form, so we actually might see, yeah, don't say they're kind of cute. Don't say they're kind of cute. It's that type of attitude that gets people killed in these situations, because they're like, oh, that little thing, it can't do it. Oh my fucking god, I'm dead. And there you go. Yeah, anyways, yeah, the Grimm are not cute. Don't say that. But yeah, it's just really cool to finally see them like emphasize and showcase. I'm pretty sure the person who won the contest is thrilled that their Grimm design not only got chosen but is now showcased and featured in the show. I'm just, like I said, fingers crossing that we get to see this Grimm in a like in an evolved state, like a first transformation or even a second transformation form, you know, as this war goes on before the last chapter, because what do we have, episodes 10, 11, 12, 13, so we have 5 chapters left from this one. So really hoping we get to see a little bit more from the Sulfurfish at some given point. But at the end of the day, I think Grimm have been popping off this volume. We got the Sulfurfish, we have the Hound, we have the Senator, which is the Grimm that Blake had to run in at the Schnee Manor. Is that all the Grimm we have? Hold on. I think those are the only current ones we have. So then we might get a transformation Grimm. I feel like there's another Grimm, but I can't remember. Or maybe there wasn't a new Grimm and I'm just overthinking, because the Hound had like 3 different forms. But yeah, yeah, Grimm are still popping off. Yeah, not Monstra. No, Monstra technically was revealed last volume, so I'm not counting that. And plus, and the Grimm River wasn't even like a Grimm. It was just literally the Grimm's transportation. But yeah, I think so far the Grimm have been popping off. Rooster Teeth, they already gave us 3 new Grimm types, and we might get a bit more by the time the volume's over. I hope we get at least 1 more. Oh, the Tempest! Yes, yes, you're right, actually. The Tempest! That's who it was. I knew I was forgetting one. Carrie C _7, thank you. I just remembered that. Yeah, the Tempest just freaking ripped that one ship out of the sky in the last chapter. Yeah, so the giant jellyfish looking Grimm, the Tempest. So that's 4. So I would really like to get 1 more, because for those who don't know, I don't think I've mentioned it. Yeah, I briefly mentioned it on Twitter last week, but Kaylin and I are in early pre-production for the Oscars for Volume 8. For those who don't know, my girlfriend and I, we hosted the Oscars of Volume 7 award show last year. We basically did a community version of an award show for the volume. Best characters, best Grimm, best episode, best side character, best song. And we're in early production right now to do it again for Volume 8. So I really want there to be at least 1, like, we have 4 Grimm right now, but I think for a category, I think it would be really great if we had at least 5 nominees, at least for a category. So if we get 1 more Grimm, I'll be like very happy, just so I can see how people feel about the Grimm overall this volume. But yeah, so yeah, that was just off a tangent, but that's just like a personal thing for me. I like the fact we got 4 new Grimm. I'm happy normally, but now from like a production standpoint, I'm like, shit, I'm doing this RWBY show after the volume's over, and we need to shore up these Grimm numbers, otherwise I don't know how well this category is gonna go. But yeah, I really hope that they show at least 1 more Grimm. And if we get like another Hound-esque, Hound level Grimm, like another silver-eyed warrior inside of a Hound by the end of the volume, I think that would be absolutely insane. The lack of songs has been weird. I understand that, right? I feel like we have always been spoiled on music in the show, right? We always get music, always, you know? First episode, you know, the intro, the credits of the finale, etc. But I think it's understandable for this volume, right? There's a lot of dialogue, there's a lot of shit going on right now. There's not a whole lot of time or a whole lot of moments that you can kind of insert this fight sequence with some really badass music. You know, I think at the most we got that was with the chase scene with the Hound, and that makes sense, right? Like you gotta put a song in there. There's a lot of dynamic action and things going on. The camera's going crazy, but I think because of the amount of drama and the minimal amount of fighting, to be honest, I think the only 2 fights we really got and not to say that you need lyrics in a fight, but typically that's usually where it's showcased. We had Penny versus the Aesops, and now Hazel versus Salem, technically, you know? So I don't really think there's a whole lot of, and then, you know, the chase scene with the Hound and you know, Yang's group. So I don't really think that I would much rather it be this way than them shoehorning a song in to make some arbitrary checklist of like, okay, it's RWBY, we need to have music in every episode or every couple episodes. So I think it's okay. Also, yeah, Penny versus Penny versus Cinder as well. But yeah, oh my god, there's so many good fight categories too. Holy shit, if we get like 1 or 2 more fights this volume too, that's gonna be a really dope category. Like best fight of the volume. Oh, Cinder song, yeah, there's Cinder song too. My god. Yeah, so we've gotten a couple of songs. We got the intro. We got Cinder's song in the flashback. We got the song in the you know, during the chase scene. We're getting an outro song for the credits. But maybe proportionately we haven't gotten a lot, and I guess that's fair. But look at Volume 5. The only songs we got during Volume 5 was the songs that were showcased during the like, most of the songs were showcased during the character shorts, was before the volume even started, you know? So that's something you got to keep in mind. This might be a volume where we get the least amount of songs, and that should be okay, you know what I mean? Like I said, they should focus mostly on telling the story and filling in all those other blanks after the fact, if it even needs to be checked off at all, you know? We don't speak of Volume 5. So the only reason why I mentioned Volume 5 is because Volume 5 has a lot of parallels to this volume. There wasn't a fight scene in the first chapter, and there's 14 chapters this volume. And those are the 2 parallels that I remember from Volume 5 to this volume. They both have the same amount of volumes, and they both didn't have a fight in the first episode. Yeah, I mean, Volume 5 has things to criticize it for, but I wouldn't say it's, like, awful. I can't watch it, you know what I mean? Yeah. I can't wait to go back and watch Volume 5, like, when the show is, like, rounding off. Like, it's just gonna be so great to see how things have changed and evolved since the show has started, you know? Anyways, yeah, the battlefield's pretty wrecked. Again, respect for all of the soldiers. I really, really hope that William Pendragon is okay. Hopefully he lets his presence be known at some point during the stream today. All right, so the one thing that I was actually surprised by was that it just cuts in, like the episode just cuts and they're already inside the whale. So obviously they got dropped off at the LZ in the previous episode, but I thought it was gonna be like, oh, we have to fight our way. Jean, get your shield up. Ren, mask us. Yang, like, blow a hole through the Grimm, and like they like blow a cavity in one of its teeth, and they like get in there, but they're already in there. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, I guess less time to animate, you know what I mean? They have like 17, 18 minutes to get through this chapter, so obviously they want to just get through it. So yeah, I was really surprised that they were already in the Grimm right out the jump, right as the episode started. And you know, obviously they're in unmarked territory, so their interactions overall have just been like, okay, how do we do this? And then I love how Yang, like, they were all on board, you know, they were essentially all on board to go through with this plan, and then Yang's like, yeah, why did we think this was a good idea? You know, they were all, and then Ren also, you know, Ren's getting to the point where he's letting them know, like, yo, I think your boy, I think this vibe check is actually pretty pog, because, you know, I can actually sense people. I basically have freaking Zen Ren abilities, and I can sense people from a distance. So not only can he mask, but he can also track. And not only that, but he can tell when your ass is lying and when you're subduing your emotions, and he just calls your ass out right out the gate like you did with Emerald. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Ren, you're like so freaking, like, you're busted, my guy. But yeah, just think about that. He can mask his presence. He can sense emotions. He can sense, like, people's presence from a distance. He can't tell who it is, thank God. Otherwise, that would be like, unless he knows someone, like, I don't know. If he knows someone that's always pissed off, it's like, oh, that's definitely so-and-so. You know, I could just tell. They just give off that vibe. And so, yeah, he can mask and he can track. And he can also be like, if you're like, hey, are you okay? And then they're like, yeah, I'm fine. And then he just looks at them and they're like blue. And it's like, bro, you're not fine. Stop lying to me. But yeah, your boy Ren just leveled up. And I think this is a very... Like, in terms of utility, this is a very useful semblance. This can be used in so many practicalities, especially as a huntsman. You know what I mean? Like, what if he could, like, just imagine Ren being a huntsman who, like, goes and looks for missing people. You know what I mean? He could just channel his aura and just be able to sense if someone is around based on what they're feeling and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I think as, like, a huntsman utility, I think that's very, very useful. But yeah, I think that's really dope. And then the finger guns moment with Jean, I'm like, dude, that's so Jean. Holy shit. And I just like how they're back. They're just back. You know what I mean? Like, before they got on this airship, they were just at each other's throats in the tundra. Yang and Ren were just not seeing eye to eye. Ren threw some shade at Jean for the past. And then he was distancing himself and all that other shit. And then they got arrested. And yeah, I just think like things like blew over a little bit, and like now they're kind of like back to square one. And I just like that all of their heads are back on straight, and they're on the same page, and they're friends, and they're working together, and I just appreciate that. I just like that Ren is you know, he like everyone's just back to being friends. Lead the way. Yeah, I like the finger guns. That's definitely a Jean branding right there if I have ever seen one. Seeing their interactions is nice. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just like it. Like, obviously they were just at like each other's throats, so we don't usually see that side of them as characters. So it was kind of cool to see that, but then it was like, okay, that's great to see, but let's get them back to where they excel as characters, which is, you know, being on, you know, seeing eye to eye. So dorky, I love it. But yeah, so they're on their way. They're currently looking for Oscar, and Oscar and Ozpin are having a little moment here too, and this is where they talk about the girl who fell through the world, which is one of the fairy tales that we've never heard of. So they actually might put that fairy tale, like I was talking about earlier, they might put that fairy tale in the new Fairy Tales of Remnant animated series that they're working on. And I just think it would be so cool if we learn about so much shit in the world of Remnant that hasn't been addressed in the show or in a book at all. I think getting brand new material in the same way that we got all of these new fairy tales for the first time reading through the book, I think it would be super cool if we got that, even if it's in a 2D sense, because they can reference back to it in the show proper. Or maybe they'll give us that in the animated series because they're already planning on bringing it up in a future volume that they're working on. You know, they're already working on writing for volume 9, so that kind of makes sense, you know? But, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's Salem that they're referring to, the girl who fell through the world. But I think that, you know, this entire interaction, you know, this entire story that they're talking about is it's applicable to any character in this show, right? Like, look at RWBY in chapter 1. You know what I mean? Like, look at RWBY's interactions. Look how she talks. Look at, you know, her mannerisms, you know, her relationship with her friends and her cat and her sister and stuff like that. Like, RWBY is a very different person than she was when the show started. And I think how you should look at this as well is just think to yourself, even if they beat Salem and they go back home, nothing is ever going to be the same. They are forever changed by this world that they've stepped into after leaving Beacon, after the fall of Beacon, after they've traveled out into the world, after they've seen the things they've seen, they've experienced the things they've experienced with, whether it's Grimm or, you know, learning about the origins of mankind or the gods or Salem. Like, that changes you. Like, you're a completely different person fundamentally. And you know, like, you're living a completely different existence than people who are blissfully ignorant of the things that you know. You know what I mean? So, like, the knowledge that they've gotten has brought in wisdom and has brought in a sense of maturity, to where, yeah, you put Volume 1 RWBY next to Volume 8 RWBY, and I think it's undeniable to say that she's gone through growth, that she's gone through you know, development and, you know, in that way. And I think that's what the story's emphasis is. Like, yeah, it can be talking about Salem, how she lived her whole life in this tower away from the world, and now look where Salem is. Look at the life that she lives now compared to what happened, you know what I mean, compared to the life she lived before she met Ozma, before Ozma freed her. I think you can apply that to any character, or any main character, I should say, in this show. You know what I mean? And that'll have its strife, that'll have its traumas, that'll have its things that make the journey more difficult, but, you know, growth is never earned. You know, I think how do I word this? I think that kind of development isn't easily earned. Like, you have to go through the rough of it. You have to persevere and struggle in order to make your life, to make things worth it in the end. So, so yeah, and again, this is, again, it applies even more so to Oscar, because he's going on about, like, how he's not ready for this merging, because, you know, what's going to happen to him? You know, what's going to happen to, like, it's easy for everyone else to say, but is Oscar even going to be Oscar? You know, Ozma's always going to prevail. Ozma's always going to be at the forefront of these memories, of these incarnations or reincarnations, but there's no sense, there's nothing telling us that Oscar will be there when everything is said and done. Maybe Ozma will have the memories of Oscar, and it'll be like, okay, well, I still have his residual memories, but, like, Oscar himself will be gone, I think. And what's interesting, though, about this too is that Oscar actually says, like, Ozpin says, without Arcane, you know, without Arcane, it's going to make things a little difficult. So I would suggest, and then Oscar says, no, I don't want to use magic. So does the cane not require magic? Is the cane something else entirely? Because Ozpin made, like, you know what I mean? It was kind of like Ozpin was saying, well, we can use the cane, but because we don't have it, we have to resort to magic. But if the cane also used magic, it doesn't really matter which one you use. If I'm interpreting that properly. So maybe if there is magic in the cane, maybe they can use it outside of them using it, like, to accelerate the merging process. Or maybe it's channeled in a different way, because he clearly uses it at the end. So I don't really know what distinguishes the magic that you can use naturally versus whatever properties. We don't know shit about the cane, so this is all speculation. Like, none of us can really say for sure how the cane works or what exactly it does, you know? So that's something else to take into consideration. But, I mean, I don't want to get too much into it, because I definitely want to talk about that prospect at the very end, because it's definitely worth addressing. There's a lot of speculations, a lot of things that, God, can I just say this right now? Since we're just talking about this, was anybody else pissed off by that cliffhanger? I was so, like, I don't think I've ever really been, like, angry with a cliffhanger the way I was with that one. I was like, you fucking would. You would leave that cliffhanger off right fucking there, wouldn't you? I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, what happened? Like, what did he just do? And you would make us wait, not 1 week. Now we got to wait 2 weeks. Well, I mean, obviously it was always planned for 1 week, but, you know, the situation is what it is. But yeah, I was like, oh my God, why would you do this? I mean, let's be honest. I think the true cliffhangers that are the ones that are ultimately the most agonizing are the finale cliffhangers, because your ass is waiting like 6 to 8 months before you get a continuation of that. Versus, yeah, the cliffhanger sucks, but there's a lot of shit to talk about from week to week, and before you know it, the week is already here. And you're still gonna watch the next episode anyway, so the cliffhangers is just a formality, I think. But yeah, I mean, it just, I think this chapter's cliffhanger, I think me being emotionally like, oh my God, why would you do, like, I just think my reaction to the cliffhanger just shows, or is just like a representation of just how in I am, and like how much more I want, and how invested I am to just see what happens next. I always think that's what it is. I'm not like literally upset like that was shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, damn, I want so much more. But and it was because of the fact that it was based on something that we have been without answers for a while, like Ozpin's cane, what he did, the aftermath of that. Oh, man. Yep. Are we talking about cliffhanger? Yeah, we were. We're talking about the cliffhanger of the recent chapter. We were just talking about Oscar, so I was just like, actually, let's go off on a little bit of a tangent, because I don't want to get into the cane specifically, but that ending really left me wanting more. And I thought the chapter was good, too. But, I'm pretty sure the cane can store time. Yeah, that's been a long-running theory, because you have to think, too, like, the only time we've really seen the cane in action has been Volume 3, the Volume 3 finale, when Ozpin goes up against Cinder, and he's like freaking just crazy Time Lord. He's just like moving like at the speed of light, dodging her attacks, attacking her like 1,000 hits a minute, and then like he uses that shield. Like, I don't know if the shield's his semblance or if the shield is just like a part of the cane, but that same shield that he used to like to combat Salem's Cinder's like fire beam is the same shield that Oscar channeled when he was falling through the vault, like when he was falling out and he like blasted a hole at the bottom and then fell to mantle. That's basically the same kind of thing, except it had Oscar's aura instead of whatever aura Ozpin had in his previous lifetime. But like, yeah, I honestly, I'll be honest with you, when Oscar was falling through when Oscar was falling through like the vault, I actually thought his cane was gonna like rewind time or something like that. I like, that's the vibe that I got, because like the gears started turning and he started glowing, and I'm like, you gotta do something or your ass is just gonna fall to your death. I actually thought he was gonna rewind time, and everyone's been like, that's been a long running theory that Ozpin is associated with time, and either he's gonna rewind time or stop time or something of that nature. I think that'd be pretty dope, honestly, but it can do anything. I don't know. It can literally do anything. Shannon revealed that the staff stores time in the Volume 3 cast commentary. Yeah, but Shannon is the voice actor. Unless it was like one of the writers or directors that confirmed that. And like, if that's true, then that would be even cooler. But it's just like, I guess it depends on what, you know, why use it now versus like all the other times he could have used it. He said Carrie told him it. Yeah, I haven't watched the Volume 3 commentary since Volume 3, so I actually didn't remember that at all. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, as Kaito Dan says, time will tell. Yeah, we just have to wait and see. But yeah, I think that's still intriguing overall. We got to see Team Funky again, which I thought that was a really good touch, because I was like, are they really only going to show Team Funky once as like a fan service thing in Volume 7, even though they're from the kingdom, even though they're clearly here? What are they doing during this war? And remember, Weiss mentioned in Volume 3 that, you know, the military, the school, and the kingdom are all under one unified, you know, structure, which is basically, you know, the military. And so I think what this is implying is that if you enroll at Atlas Academy, you're basically wavering the fact that if there's ever a time of crisis or war, you're automatically getting drafted. I think that's what this is implying, because they're still students. They haven't even graduated yet. Yo, he lives! Oh, damn. Yo, William, we were literally talking about you at the beginning. We were like, rest in peace to all the soldiers who gave up their lives during this. First off, thank you so much for the $100 super chat, you fucking mad lad. But more importantly, you're alive and well. Great to have you back, my friend. The Grimm have us outnumbered and outmanned and outgunned by a 9-to-1 margin. Even so, under Specialist Shnee's leadership, we held the line. She inspired us to fight harder. She is magnificent. Privately, my squad and I began to call her General Shnee, our angel, our goddess of war. Truer words were never spoken, my friend. It's great to have you back here, buddy. Until next week's chapter. Oh boy. William is the chat's representative. Yeah, this is kind of funny. The let's see. GMS1, love you, Arnold. Keep up, keep doing you. Also, RWBY is good, and anyone who says otherwise, well, I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinions, but thank you. I appreciate that. Halt! This is the water police. Let me see your water bottles. I need to check if you're hydrated. Okay, dude. Okay. This is just gonna be a daily thing that happens, chat. I apologize, but we got 1, we got 2, and I just finished 1. Okay, so don't come for me. I'm doing my part. I'm being a productive member of the content creation world. Thank you for looking out for me. I appreciate that. Hey, Jordan, Peltonen. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Colton. Hey, Arnold, I sent a donation via Streamlabs. Don't know if you saw. Oh, that's right. Sorry about that. Hey, Arnold, so excited for the stream. Hopes and prayers go out to the RWBY and fellow Texans. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Yeah, we talked about that a little while ago, but yeah, I mean, they're taking the week off. They obviously need it. They clearly need it. And, you know, the people in the community have expressed that it's a week. We don't really need... And then I took it a step further. I was memeing a little bit. Some people took it seriously, but whatever. I was like, delay the show until my delay the finale until my birthday, June 2nd. I don't give a damn. Some people are like, 2 weeks until June, cancel the show. We can wait. Because, like, obviously some people are just a little too, I don't know, a little too self-centered and selfish. And quite frankly, some people are even heartless to the fact that they care more about the show coming out when they expect it to come out versus the well-being of the people making said show. But that's none of my business. Shadow Wolf! Now it's my turn. Jesus. Good God, thank you for the 139.99 Canadian. I appreciate you very much, my friend. I appreciate the water alert because I'm constantly dehydrated. Yeah. The thing that happens, though, is that I'm constantly going to the bathroom multiple times during my streams, which, I mean, y'all are still here for it, so I appreciate you guys for the support and everything. Let's see. And we haven't even gotten to Jin yet. Oh boy, don't worry, we'll get to Jin. But yeah, so I just thought it was great that we got to see Flint and Neon Cat again. We actually got to see Cobalt and Ivory, but they didn't really showcase anything. They still don't have voice actors. They still don't have, like, any type of, like, it showed Flint and Neon on the battlefield 2 fighting. So, like, we didn't really get to see their synergy with the rest of Team Funky, you know what I mean? Like, it's literally Team Flint and Neon with Cobalt and Ivory close by, you know what I mean? But, yeah, it was just cool to see them. But it's like, why aren't they showing Ciel Soleil? Can you at least confirm, like, either she died at the fall of Beacon, or you guys just don't want to bring her back? Because there's no way to explain why she is in here. And honestly, if they say she died at the fall of Beacon, I'm calling that a cop-out answer. God damn it. Ciel will save Penny. Oh my god, imagine this one random character that people have forgotten since Volume 3 comes through and saves Penny in the nick of time, and that's her only showcase in the entirety of the Atlas arc, and then we never see her again for the rest of the show. Oh, man. I'm pretty sure Issa can come back and voice act the character. Okay? Well, it's already said and done. The volume's already done. So if they didn't put Ciel in it, that's going to be my biggest form of criticism for this volume. Or for the Atlas arc in general. Where was the justice for Ciel Soleil? They didn't mention that she died in the fall of Beacon. And I'm not trying to hear that shit either. She's Elysian. Okay? She's not one of these random house, no name, no face soldiers. She was Penny's partner, for Christ's sake, in the Vital Festival tournament. Trying to tell me that she's not going to survive? Anyways, I'm, as you can tell, I'm a little emotional about this character not being around for the last, like, 8 years, it feels like. But yeah, yeah, and then so did any of you guys see the video I posted this morning? Like, I posted it, like, super early, like 5 a.m. I posted the, They're Just Kids video, and it was basically a reference to how, it's very interesting how in Volume 2 of RWBY, Ironwood, pretty much mocks Ozpin at the fact that, you know, I would rather bring my entire military to this Vital Festival tournament because do you expect your kids to win this war with this woman with her forces of Grimm as you've suggested? And Ozpin's like, I hope they never have to fight this war. Meanwhile, Ironwood's in the same war, and he's putting out kids to fight in the war that, you know, he was mocking Ozpin for. So, yeah. Just a little bit of Ironwood, more like irony. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I was trying to tie irony with like iron woody. I don't know. I'm bad at this shit, okay? I tried. Can't spell Ironwood without iron knee. I don't know. I got nothing. Leave the puns to me. Ironwood did nothing wrong. Hashtag. But yeah, like, long story short, that was just an immediate parallel that I thought of. I was like, Ironwood, you're being pretty sus right now. I get it. You're in times of war, right? Drastic times, drastic measures. You know, desperate times, desperate measures. But it's like, bruh, Ozpin, he was doing the same thing. I mean, Ozpin really wasn't doing the same thing. He wasn't like, all right, get on the front lines, kids. But he was like, yo, we're going to continue to train the best huntsmen and huntresses we can for the job. And in the meantime, that's what we're going to continue to do. We're not just going to show off all of our military and, you know, we're not going to show all of our cards right now and just be left with nothing at the end of the day. Granted, Ozpin's plan didn't work, and Ironwood's plan's failing before our eyes. So at the very least, it's like, you know, that maybe Ironwood that also kind of shows that Ironwood has changed his viewpoint since then. It's like, well, maybe I thought that before, but now what choice do we have? We have the military, we have our soldiers, but the huntsmen, this is what they train for. They might not be ready, but they might make a change, they might make a difference. They're our last line of defense, etc., especially since Penny's MIA and he has no control over her. Like, that's just, I don't know, that's just the worst of it. Maybe if you had Ciel Soleil, maybe you could change things. Maybe she could be the turning tides. I don't know. Anyways, let's carry on. Anyways, I just wanted to make that little mention right there because I thought it was an interesting parallel that kind of flows really well with Ironwood's like the psychology of Ironwood and his mentality and his mindset from the beginning of the show. He's always been cautious. He's always been apprehensive of doing things somebody else's way as opposed to his own way. So it's kind of cool to just see that evolution of him as time has gone on. Hey, Sonny. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Not compared to the others, but I gotta get, not compared to the others, but I gotta get to work, so here's a goodbye gift. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Dark Titan 5010, thank you so much for the super chat. Enjoy the rest of your shift or your work shift. Work smarter, not harder. And thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you. Let's see. Yeah, so Daddy Hazel's back, everybody. And he wants some answers, damn it. I did like his approach to this whole thing. He's like, all right, if I'm not just gonna blindly accept your answers, I need definitive proof. Because if I bring this shit to Salem, my goose is cooked. And if I summon this thing and I don't know what happens, it could, for all I know, it could kill me. So You summon it. You be my little guinea pig. Yeah. Damn, man. Oscar Protection Squad, y'all lucked out this volume. Hazel's the Oscar Protection Squad. He does, like, that's the new Protection Squad right there. He looked out for Oscar. He looked out for Emerald. He got the McDonald's and everything. A little disappointed Hazel didn't ask a question, but what we got was still good. Honestly, you guys will see my reaction tomorrow, but there must have been some lost it must have been like lost in translation or something, but I know she said it to RWBY, but I was under the impression that when Jin told RWBY in volume 6, I will not allow you to summon me without asking a question again. Maybe Jin understood RWBY's intentions of calling out to her. She's like, okay, this girl called out to me not to ask a question, but to buy time. It's clever, that's cool and all, but you do that shit again and we're gonna have problems. I was under the impression that that was the thing, that was the stipulation moving forward for anybody. Like, the next time Jin got summoned, a question would definitively be asked. And I was very much under the impression that the last question was going to be answered here. When Jin got summoned, I was like, they're really doing it. They're really gonna answer the question. She's out. Like, they have to ask it now. Like, they can't be like, oh, never mind. You know what I mean? So I think the difference here is the intent. I think Oscar summoned with the intent of Hazel asking a question, whereas RWBY summoned with the intent of buying time, not to ask a question. So the summoning process was different for both sides, and maybe Jin understood that. So Jin was like, okay, I'm expecting to answer a question, and then Hazel sees her and he's like, actually, all my questions have been answered. Thank you. Sorry about that. And she, and she's like, none of you have a question? Okay, see ya. I'm gonna go back into the relic. So yeah, so that's why I think things were a little different here, as opposed to RWBY. But I was very much expecting the question to be answered this episode. I was like, what's Salem hiding from us? What's Salem hiding from us? Give us a fucking villain flashback. I'll be honest with you. I think the last question is going to have to do with Summer Rose, because they are teasing her so freaking much. They teased her last volume, right? So Crow talked about her last volume. Salem talked about her last volume. Yang talked about her this episode. Salem, like, you guys still see me and hear me? Okay, that was weird. I don't know if you guys heard that, but my my Discord ended really quick. Okay, let me stop that real quick. Wait, can you guys see me? Can you guys see me and hear me? Let me know. You lagged it? Yeah, I don't know why Discord, like, disconnected. Okay. We're good. We're still good. We're still live. All right. Yeah, so I just think Summer's been referenced so many times in such a short period of time after such a long time of getting nothing of her that I think that's what the last question might actually be. And the Hound is a big tell that, like, Silver Eyes are involved to some degree, and Summer Rose had those. So yeah, I think I'm almost convinced that the last question might have to do with Summer. I just don't know how that would. I just don't know how it would get to that point. Oh no, lagging again. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. At least not on my end. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not dropping frames or anything anymore. Okay. All right, technology, can you fuck off, please? I'm trying to do a live stream. Thank you. Oh, boy, oh, boy. All right, hold on. Give me a second. Let me check my stream health. Yeah, your stream is healthy. All right, well, I don't know if it's my IS. Yeah, it's not my ISP. Maybe it's YouTube. We got to blame someone. YouTube, fuck off. Okay? I'm trying to have a conversation with my community. Please and thank you. Also, Hellgamer, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. You're an awesome guy for organizing the fundraiser with Calaxin and helping those Texan people and help. Thank you so much for the kind words. I mean, Cal just wanted to try to help. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that everybody can do, but at the very least, I'm glad that we were able to make an impact. And I already mentioned it earlier, but for those who don't know, we are currently talking to Rooster Teeth behind the scenes on taking the steps and the processes to make sure that the funds are distributed evenly, that it gets to the people that it needs to get to, and everything else like that. We're going to make a formal statement after my live stream later tonight, just so that way everybody who donated or who's concerned or who has questions will understand the process that we're going through with all of it. But yeah, thank you for reaching out about that. I appreciate it. Yeah, so, oh my god, I just remembered something. Yo. Okay, so I remember making a tweet. I think it was after Volume 6, because it was after Jin was revealed, right? I made a tweet saying, what if somebody asked the question, how did Summer Rose die? And then Jin's response was, I can't tell you events that have yet to happen. I'm gonna find that tweet, because I've been low-key saying that Summer isn't dead. And if she's actually a hound, that would make so much fucking sense. I'm gonna find that tweet tonight, actually. Actually, you know what? Low-key, kind of want to find it right now. No, there's no way I'd be able to find it. Okay, actually, hold on. But, I would have to look up keywords. Summer Rose. Let's see. Here it is. I found it. Yep, it was 2018. Yeah, right here. Okay, let me switch so you guys can see. I just fucking remembered this shit. RWBY. How did my mother, Summer Rose, die? Jin, I cannot tell you of events that have yet to happen. Fucking crazy if this shit actually comes true. I called it here first, ladies and gentlemen. You saw it here first. I fucking knew that she was never dead. I don't want to see anybody else saying otherwise, okay? Goddamn, November 26th, literally like 2 days after, like the day after Thanksgiving. Actually, was this on Thanksgiving? I think this was, I don't know if this was Thanksgiving or not. I'm not gonna check. But yeah. Yeah, and everyone, I would die. I swear if this is a plot twist, I will die. Hey, Dan over here. Yeah, I see Dan throwing in his support. The disturbed Pikachu face. Yo, pin the comment. Yo, let's fucking go, dude. Hell yeah. Move over 100,000 subscriber milestone pin comment. There's a new comment in town. Oh my god. Yeah, go like that and retweet that if you guys are on Twitter. That is now my pinned comment. 2 years ago, I called this shit, dude. 2 years ago. If this happens, I swear to fucking god, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. I'm actually a prophet if I called that. I called Talking Grimm. I'm gonna call Summer Rose was never dead. I'm gonna call that Summer Rose is the last question for the relic. And then I'm gonna put in an application to join the RWBY. Volume 10 writer Arnold Delgado, aka Murder of Birds. And then at that point I peaked. At that point I'd peak. Anyways, yeah, I just remember that because I'm like, okay, we're talking about Summer. She's the last. She would be the last question, and then we were talking about the Hound and how she might actually technically be alive in one of the Hounds, like as a Hound or as like a Hound-esque Grimm herself. Bro, imagine. That's so possible now. That's like very possible now that could happen, just because of the fact that like she had silver eyes. She's had a run-in with Salem, and her recent experiment lends a lot of credibility to the fact that she could be walking the planet. She could be walking the world right now as that Grimm, you know? Especially if that Grimm can retain the longevity of the life cycle, right? And if Summer lived out her life, she wouldn't be dead right now. She'd be a lot older. Like, she'd be as old as Ty, most likely. So as long as the Hound Grimm can keep her alive and keep her functioning, she could technically still be alive, but under some type of duress. Damn, bro. That's such a freaking validating feeling, dude, to just be like, holy shit, this freaking comment that I made 3 years ago actually has relevance and could potentially be where the show is heading moving forward. That's such a flex, dude. That's such a vibe. I'm so happy about that, if that's true. You predicted Renora, Art? I think everybody predicted Renora. It was just more like a, well, what's taking you so long kind of thing. Oh, man, dude. Holy shit. This is gonna be insane, dude. God, I might clip that and make that a video as well. My God. Yeah, so, so that's what I think. I think Summer definitely has a lot of potential to might even be revealed this volume or touched upon or addressed this volume. But I don't really know what Salem's condition is going to be now after everything that just happened. But yeah, long story short, if that shit happens, I called it. I was one of the first to call it. I will take no criticism, and you're welcome, all right? Wow. Watch it be the end credit scene. Do you guys think we're going to get an end credit scene this volume? I'd be very sad if we no longer got end credit scenes, I'll be honest. Like, last volume was understandable. They didn't do an end credit scene because, you know, they didn't want to crunch to make that, to get to that point. But, man, end credit scenes were so fun. Like, last volume, it's like, what exactly are you going to give for the end credit? You might as well have just given Salem showing up as the end credit scene for the volume, to be honest. I think that would have worked as the end credit scene. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, this is the end of this is the conclusion of the volume, right? The end credit scene for the Fall of Beacon was that, okay, they're on their way to the next kingdom. They're traveling. Unless they do that as well, I don't really see, like, what could possibly be, I don't know. I mean, we don't even know where the volume's going right now. We still have 5 episodes left. But yeah, I just hope, I hope we get an end credit scene. End credit scene, calling it end credit scene is Mercury and Tyrion and in vacuo. You think they'll make it? It's still nighttime. And it's on, like, the other half of the continent. Or maybe it's them, like, approaching. That'd be kind of cool. It's like Mercury just sitting there, like, thinking about Emerald and Hazel and how they're doing, and then Tyrion's like, wake up, Mr. Black, pay attention, we've arrived at our destination, and it's literally vacuo, like, on fire. I don't know, something like that. That'd be kind of crazy. And then, like it's literally an end credit scene from Mercury's perspective on, like, the shit that he's about to get into with Tyrion. I think that'd be kind of cool. And then we wouldn't see that for a while, because I think Carrie said volume 9 is going to be a detour. I think he said something along those lines. I don't know if that means we're going, I don't know if that's a flashback detour. Like, are we gonna get this flashback sequence in volume 9, or are we gonna go to the Dragon Continent maybe? But I'm pretty, or maybe it's gonna be another travel volume, like volume 6 and volume 5, 6 and 4 were. But yeah, I wonder what he meant by that. I think he said something along the lines, I'm like 75% sure he said something along those lines. I can't source it because I don't remember where I heard him say that. But yeah, a road trip. God, that'd be so great. Dude, imagine we got a whole volume with just Team Stark. I would not complain about that at all. I mean, I wouldn't. It wouldn't be progressing the RWBY plot, but it would still give context to what's been going on all these years. like in the past at the very least. That'd be Pog. I'd like that. Or they can go back to Vale. Yeah, they could take a pit stop in Vale, see Glinda, see the shopkeeper, see Tai Yang after making that announcement at the but I feel like Vale has to be the final destination, because that's where all of the nostalgia and emotions come back to you from the Beacon days, right? The Beacon arc, the Fall of Beacon, you know, the classroom scenes, the characters that were there, Pyrrha, you know, the Vital Festival tournament, you know, the dance, all that kind of stuff. Like, you're just going to get hit with the Volume 1 nostalgia once we get there. So I feel like saving Vale for last is probably going to give us the best payoff for that kind of, for those kind of emotions and memories. Cardin Winchester. Yo, in the Maya engine. I can't wait for that shit, dude. Can't wait for good old Cardin Winchester. My boy Russell Thrush. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the next scene. So Jin looks way better than she did 2 volumes ago. Like goddamn, you look way better, for lack of a better term, than you did 2 volumes ago. Like, the effects that they use, the smokiness, the fact that you're getting like her whole body in like one shot, and like this one is just like the bottom one is the volume 4 and this one's this recent chapter. But yeah, I thought the next time we saw Jin would be the last time we saw Jin, but it's still kind of cool that she got to have a little bit of a voice line here. And she's still going to be around for, and here's the thing too. I think if you're going to call Jin back again, it has to be another flashback episode. There's like, I would be very disappointed if they used one of Jin's questions to give us such a payoff reward for a question like that. It's like, what's Ozpin hiding from us? Your answer, a 26-minute episode. I feel like it would be very underwhelming if the next question that was asked was like answered in like 2 words. Like, you can't. How do we stop Salem? You can't. All right, see ya, bye. I almost feel like Jin's purpose is flashbacks. And like that gives information, like relevant information for what's going on. Yeah, I honestly think that I really can't accept anything else or see anything else being the alternative for how she would answer a question if it's not going to be a flashback sequence of some sort or a whole episode sequence like the Lost Fable was. You know, I would think, like, I don't know why, but a part of me is thinking that how this is going to tie in with Summer Rose is like, someone's going to ask the question, what happened to Summer Rose? And that's such a loaded question that it's going to turn into, like, imagine the end credit scene is actually, the relic is still there, the villains have lost, they somehow they got one relic but lost the other, right? They got, you know, we got the lamp, but they got the staff. Atlas falls out of the sky, doom and gloom all around. Let's get out of here. Let's just try to head to Vacuo. And they have the last question, and they're thinking about everything that just happened. They're thinking about all the time Summer's been mentioned. They recognize that the Hound was a silver-eyed person, and they brought up Summer Rose, and you know, Yang brought her up, RWBY brought her up, Salem responded about her twice, and the last question is like, maybe it's even from RWBY. It's like, what happened to my mom? And that's the end credit scene, which starts off the Team Stark volume, which would be volume 9. In my head, that's what I would do. I'm not a fucking writer. That's why I didn't make the show. But, like, that's my head canon, I guess is what I should say. Like, that's how I would think. Or even Crow, maybe. You know, maybe even Crow would be like, yo, what the fuck happened to my teammate? Like, what really happened? Because I can't accept anything that Oz has told me up to this point. And Ironwood's just a scumbag in my eyes. So I can't really trust anyone to give it to me straight. So yeah, I think that would be a great way to give us a Team Stark flashback, right? Because that's Jin's whole purpose. And I think simultaneously, even if they wanted to do an entire volume, they would do that as an end credits, because that's what will lead into the next season or the next volume or whatever. And yeah, and then at that point, it would contextualize everything that's happened so far, all the things that they did right, all the things that they did wrong, all the things that Ozpin maybe did right and wrong. It would give the dynamic of the group. It would show like RWBY and Yang, like a dynamic of their moms, what led Raven to leave, what led Summer to go missing. Maybe it'll give them some context of like, maybe you shouldn't be so hard on Raven because maybe she's gone through X, Y, and Z, which is why she left you alone. Or this can answer the questions of what happened to Summer Rose and why you were alone all this time. And this is what happened to your dad as a result. And this is what happened to Crow as a result. And this is what happened to Ozpin as a result. And you get to see all of that. And then, like, after you get when you get an entire season of backstory, it snaps you back to the present. Everyone kind of has a better understanding of how to do things to not make those same mistakes of the past. And then you move forward to Vacuo. I think that would be pretty cool. The reason I think about this is because I don't know if any of you guys are anime fans out there, like, who have seen this anime, but an anime that I watched called Kuroko no Basket. It's a really dope, like, shonen, like, basketball anime. It's literally like Dragon Ball Z basketball. It's the coolest shit ever. I love Kuroko no Basket. It's one of my favorite animes of all time. But they did this one arc. It was the middle school. So, like, all the characters are in high school. But they did this one arc before the last season. And it was a flashback arc. It was like a 4 or 5 episode flashback arc. And it contextualized so much of the characters in their youth and how they met and how they broke apart and how they all went their separate ways. And it gave so much context to the final season and like where all the characters were as like high school students and like the tournament arc and all that shit. And that's what I think of when I think of what I'm perceiving for RWBY is like that. Like, you give us a flashback which contextualizes the past and makes an impact on the future volume to come. And so that's kind of what I think about. Yeah, Kuroko's basketball is so fucking good. I would recommend it to anybody. I don't even like sport. I don't even watch basketball. I don't watch sports. I'm not really that big into sports myself, like in terms of sports games or watching like football or basketball or baseball or whatever. But like, I watch Kuroko's, like, anime sports. Sign me the fuck up. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I'd recommend it to anybody. That show is it's how me and my friends really bonded over the years. Like, we watched season 1 together, and then we watched season 2 together and season 3 together, and the OVAs and the movies. We like, yeah. You don't even have to be a sports person to like it. Like, I'm not a sports person, and I loved it. Anyways, that's kind of where I get the idea of this Team Stark flashback and how it would coincide with RWBY proper, like with the current event, instead of it being an OVA that happened after the main show is done, because most people might not stick around after the main show is done. And Team Stark is one of the most sought after things that the fans have asked for years, and they understand it. Carrie said that they want to do it. They want to do it right. They want to do it when the time is right. And I think maybe that's something they're considering. But yeah, I would really, I'd be so excited. I'd be so happy if that's something that they considered for Summer Rose, and maybe that's the question, and maybe that's how they'll do it, and that's what Jin's final question will give. It won't just give an idea. It won't just answer like what happened to Summer Rose. It'll basically answer everything surrounding her character and what led to her disappearance. So yeah. Whew. Yeah, sorry for going on a bit of a tangent there. I apologize. The Undead Sax, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. I appreciate that. If you link your YouTube and your Discord, you'll have access to my Discord server, so thank you very much for the support. Let's see. The day Summer Rose is revealed as a Hound Grimm, watch the next episode be a Team Stark episode. Just so RWBY can twist the knife. Yeah, just so they can twist the knife of Summer being turned. Yeah, I could see that happening too, like Summer revealed as a Hound and then we get the flashback, because it would pair off really well instead of it just being a continuation of recent events. It's like, my name's Summer Rose, you're probably wondering how I ended up this way. Well, let me tell you the story, and then the next episode is the flashback episode. But yeah, Julia Spite, hey Arnold, at work on my lunch break enjoying the stream, expect a super chat from me for the rest of the volume. RWBY rules now and forever. Keep being happy and stay safe. Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that. Hopefully this is making your break a little bit more entertaining, bearable. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and we get more Colleen too, so that's really great. So like whatever the last question is gonna be, it's gonna be heavy. I think it's gonna be heavy. I think we can all agree on that. So here's the thing. Oh, so you want to know something else that's like really, really cool about this whole like this whole sequence that happened with Jin, is that if you see Jin at the top, it's very hard to make out her eyelet, like where she's looking, like her perspective, like where she's looking, who she's looking at, and who she's talking to when she says, "None of you have a question for me." It's almost like she knew that Neo was in the room, but she's like, it's none of my fucking business. I'm not gonna tell them, hey, there's someone like, she's not on anyone's side. She's just here to give you knowledge and move on with her life. That's her only purpose. So I feel like she's all knowing, right? Because she's all about that knowledge. So I feel like she knew that that Neo was in the room. Just because, like, the way she's looking, too, it's like they're all right there in front of you, but it's almost like she's looking past them. Like, I don't know why, just her perspective just kind of made it look like she's, like, looking past them, like she's looking at where Neo was in the back there. Because then when you do look at it, you actually see that, oh, hold on a second, you actually see that Neo was, like, in the very back side, and she's likely the one who took the relic. God damn it, Dan. That neolage. Yeah, neolage. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, she totally knows. She knows everything. Yeah, so here's the question, though. Maybe Neo's just trying to shake things up a bit, right? Maybe Neo now knows what everybody else knows, because she's a chameleon, too. I think it's insane that her semblance has likely evolved as well. That her semblance has reached the evolution where she's basically Ilya. Like, she's basically a chameleon. She can blend into her backgrounds. Not only can she change her physical appearance to make herself look like anybody, but she can also blend into the background as well. I think that's absolutely insane. Yeah, like, it's even better than Ilya's, because Ilya, you can still see her. It's just she changes. I don't know. That's just way more like in depth than I think what we've seen of Ilya. And Ilya's the chameleon, for Christ's sake. But yeah, it's just another form of hallucinations or illusions, and I was not expecting that at all. And yeah, so here's the thing though, right? Neo did all the work, got the relic, gave it to Cinder. Cinder gave it to Salem. Salem put it in this room. Events have transpired, and now Neo is taking the relic. So it's kind of like, and I don't think Neo's ever really been on board with any of this shit going on, right? It's just weird. Like, I don't know what Neo's motivation is right now. Like, at least me. Like, I wonder if she's doing that as like, hey, this will teach Salem. Like, I'm not with her. I'm not with anybody. I have my own agenda going on right now. But I wonder if she took it, because initially I thought like after we found out that Oscar was disguised as Hazel, I thought Hazel took it and then like went, but he said we'll come back for it after we get you out of here. So I thought he went back for it. But if he didn't do it, like an Emerald, Neo, I'm sorry, I keep calling her Emerald, and Neo is walking towards Jin, I can only assume that she took it. But she knew that taking it would have alerted the guards, because that she was in the room when Hazel said that. So here's the thing though, and I said this in my reaction, I was like, how the fuck is Neo gonna ask I don't think Neo's gonna ask a question, she can't talk. And I had a discussion in my Discord, and everybody was like memeing. They were like, what if Jin has like accessibility options, or what if she asks a question through her scroll text to speech, or something along those lines that gets Jin to like get the idea, right? I thought that was just really funny. Or maybe this might be a very terrifying prospect for some of you out there who like Neo as she is. Maybe Neo will speak for the first and last time of the series, and that one speech will ruin her character forever for some people. because it's gonna happen if that happens. There are some people that are just gonna judge Neo based on her ability to talk and will just be like, she's trash now because she talks. Forest Green, happy birthday. Get out of here if you don't want spoilers. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's another question. But then again, it's just a very, I don't think a question like what happened to Roman, like, don't ask a question that the audience already knows the answer to. We all know what happened to Torchwick. His ass got eated because he got a little too cocky beating on a freaking like 15-year-old girl during the collapse of the freaking kingdom. You know, he's just like constantly beating her over and over again with his melodic cudgel weapon. Like, bro, you're hitting RWBY while she's down with your cane. You think you're hot shit? Like, and then you got eaten. GG. Like, I'm sorry that's how it went down, but that's how it went down. But yeah, I don't know. Or maybe we'll just get another, like another gasp. We'll just gasp. That's the only other thing we'll get from why do I keep calling Neo Emerald? Like, what's wrong with me? Jesus. We're gonna get another gasp from Neo. But yeah. Voice recording through scroll. Well, hold on. Noobified, that's not necessarily true. So some people probably have heard this and have taken it as the truth, but Casey Lee Williams did voice efforts for Neo for BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. That doesn't mean she's the definitive voice actress for Neo in RWBY proper. It's just a side thing that they decided to give her for like the noise efforts, like when she gets hit. But they're not like verbal. Like there's like no words or anything like that. It's just like, because it would be weird if you're just punching somebody in a fighting game and they don't have any type of reaction whatsoever. So yeah, I like Casey is credited for doing voice efforts for Neo, but she is not Neo's voice actress per se. But yeah, that's and if they do make a voice actress, I hope it is Casey. I hope it is like, I hope it's definitive, because that's like one of her favorite characters, if not her favorite one. And since she already did stuff with BlazBlue, I think it just makes sense. But yeah, or maybe they'll just never have her talk, so, which is odd, because it's like, I guess Neo's entire purpose is just being like, show, don't tell, because I literally can't tell. Sign language in RWBY, yes. I wonder how they would do that, because like, I mean, obviously I know how they would do that, but yeah, I think that'd be great. That's something that they haven't really done. I know that, what's his name? Fox is blind, but he has like, doesn't he have a way of like seeing or something along those lines? Like he uses his aura. He also talks telepathically with people too. Oh, he senses people. Okay, blind sense. That's what it was. Okay. I did remember reading up to a certain point where you do learn, like where I did hear about, or I did learn about like how Fox like communicates with his teammates and stuff like that when he's not talking. That's pretty dope. Aura sense in ADA. I don't know what's ADA. I don't know what ADA is. Or maybe I don't remember what ADA is. Oh, his AI. Okay. Oh, he has an AI assistant. Yeah, then Neo should have something like that then. That'd be kind of cool if Neo had something like that. Because I remember in the Fall of Beacon, like, she texted Roman, like, guess who's here, like, on the top of the ship when she went outside to go and see. She texted Torchwick back, like, guess who? With a picture of RWBY. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I really need to read the book and get a sense of his, of, like, I just need to read the books. I just need to, like, sit down and put time into it. Snapchat, yeah. But yeah, so she has the most, like, I'm going into this assuming that she's the one who took the relic and is just kind of stirring some stuff up. Maybe it's a way to kind of get things in her favor. Salem's on edge a little bit. The heroes get what they want. She'll have Cinder in her, like, I don't really know. Like, I don't know if she's gonna give are you gonna give the relic to Cinder again? Are you gonna let Cinder ask a question? You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird how this is gonna play out, right? Because another thing too is, like, was Neo around when they found out about, like, the truth about Salem? Because Cinder, to our knowledge, Cinder does not know what Hazel and Emerald know now, you know? And even to an extent, Neo doesn't know. Neo just knows about summoning Jin. You know, the only person that was eavesdropping in on Oscar and Hazel's conversation was Emerald. So, but I feel like Emerald telling Cinder that, Cinder's not going to care. She's going to be like, I don't give a damn. I'm using Salem for power, and once I get that power, I'm out, you know? But I don't know how well that's going to go for her. But yeah, so I think it was Neo that took it for sure. I really liked this top moment here. I didn't notice this until my second watch, but, like, Jean's, like, really weakened by, like, using his aura, so he goes and grabs the wall, and because, like, it's all like Grimm goop and, like, sludge, he, like, slips on it. I just thought that was a really cool touch. I was just like, hey, I like that. I don't know. It was just like a neat little touch to the environment. It's like, or like, not only that it slipped, but he also had some of it on his hands, and he was like, ugh, get this off me. But yeah, I liked this entire interaction too. Like, again, this is like what I said earlier, the fact that everyone's on the same page. They're you know, they understand that, you know, obviously tensions were high, but, you know, they're willing to move forward. They're willing to, like, you know, put their differences aside, and they're also acknowledging the fact that, hey, we're all scared. We're all way in over our heads with this, but it's better than doing nothing. It's like you're attempting to make a difference by doing this. And Jean is just, like, fearless. I love how Ren can just sense that in his friends. Like, he's like, there's not a shred of fear in Jean's heart right now, even though I'm a little scared and you're a little scared, and that's okay to be that. You know, as long as we're not letting that fear overtake us, as long as we have each other for support. I just really like that moment. Yeah, I just liked it. And then, like, yeah, he also talks about, like, how a lot of the times Yang, like, hides behind a joke, you know, to mask her emotions, which is very interesting because, like, that's Ren's whole deal, right, with his semblance. But now he can unravel people's, like, imagine that, masks his emotions with one part of his semblance, unravels other people's emotions with the other part of his semblance. He's literally just like, he's literally the, I don't know, he's literally Zen Ren. I really like that. Masks the emotions from the Grimm, and then meanwhile, he's just being like, I know you're scared. I know Emerald's scared just like the rest of us. I know Jean is a fearless champion. I know that Winter is a conflicted bag of emotions. I know that Mara really doesn't want to go through with this. I know that, you know, Elm and Harriet are angry about the situation, and Harriet even misses Clover. Like, he could just literally look at you and tell you what you're feeling. He's like that. He's like that SpongeBob meme, right? Not the meme, but the SpongeBob moment at, like, the Weenie Hut Juniors. And he's like, I am not a weenie. And then the freaking robot weenie's like, you can't hide what's inside. Like, that's literally Ren. Like, you can't hide your feelings from me. But yeah, I just, I really love what they're doing with Ren here. He's a literal therapist. He's like, yo, you know what? I see you got some emotions there. Let me help you work through them. This is how you're feeling. This is how you fix it. Let's go. But yeah, I don't know. I just like these wholesome moments right here. And it's good that they gave us these moments right here. Like, okay, everyone's good. Everyone's friendly. Everyone's nice. Everyone's on the same page because shit's about to go south real fast, really quick. And all that stuff. I also want to give a quick shout out to some of the animation sequences here. I don't know why, but this is a really weird moment right here. It's just like It's just a constant loop of him turning and running away. I don't know why, right? I don't know why, but the characters really pop in this setting. I don't know if it's the color contrast. I don't know if it's because you're working with a lot of dark reds and, you know, like deep dark colors, like the black and red and stuff like that. And it makes a lot of the bright colors, like the greens, the pinks, the yellows, pop out a lot more. But the color, like the characters are a lot more vibrant and a lot more present as opposed to the background. And I noticed that, and it also reflected in this animation right here. It almost feels like, I don't know. I don't know how else to word it. I just think it looks real. The animation looked really clean. And I also mentioned it during my reaction. I was like, oh, I actually kind of like that running animation for some reason. I also like how he's like running crookedly because he has his back turned until he turns around, until he turns like his whole body forward. So I don't know. I just like the motion. Yeah. He's like, hey, I got a sword. I'm out of here. You want to know what's even better than this running animation? This running animation, where he doesn't look like he's stopping at all. He just looks like he's about to, like, spear the shit out of Ren and Yang right here. And, yeah, this isn't even funny. Like, I can already picture the memes, dude. Running away from your responsibilities, like, tackling all of your challenges, like, yeah. This episode was so memeable. Like, there's so many meme-worthy moments. But yeah, there's just, like, he's not stopping, dude. He just keeps going. Like, let me slow this down for you too, just so you guys can. So like, he's running. So like, keeps running. Hold on. Keeps running. Oh, let's run this back. Like, it's the last frame where you see a semblance of him stopping, but at that point, it's gonna take you longer than like a second to come to a full stop, which means your ass is supposed to be slamming right into Ren right now. But the second shot just kind of cuts that out altogether. So I don't know. It's just really funny to look at when you see it isolated here, because if you just look at it like this, it doesn't look like he's stopping at all. But yeah, if I was Ren, I'd be like, yo, you gonna stop running anytime soon, dude? Look how close you're getting to me, dude. Back up, stop. And then next thing you know, you're absolutely like, I don't know. I just thought that was funny. He wanted to tackle them into a hug. It's fine. Yeah, because then the following scene, he's like actually a slower paced, and he's like, all right, let's go hide, you know. And they turn the corner, and yeah, this is where like the tension starts building up, because it's like, shit, our goose is cooked. Where the jig is up. What other references are there? The jig is up. Our goose is cooked. I don't know. Basically, they were in a bit of a pickle. Hello, Ashlyn. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, cheese it. There you go. Yeah, so Ren has no aura now, so that's great. You know, that's fun. That's dandy. The cat's out of the bag. The biscuits are burning. But yeah, I would have just, I was literally like, yo, can you guys just, y'all can just like mask Yang and just have Yang go and punch that seer once and just shatter it to bits. Like, you could have done that, right? Can they fight the Grimm while masked? Is that fair to do? That seems a little underhanded now that I think about it. It's like, you're fighting something that can't even see you. That's kind of unfair, not gonna lie. I don't know if that puts more strain on Ren to mask them, if they're like out here just like fighting Grimm while invisible to them. But yeah, I just thought of that now. I'm like, what's stopping Yang from just, maybe she has to be close enough to Ren, but Ren can also project it outward. So yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool. I think it would activate. No, because like another thing too. So like, yeah, the Grimm are susceptible to semblances because like, you know, Emerald, you can use her semblance on fucking Salem and the Grimm and people, like anybody. That's busted. That's busted, if you ask me. It's like the people I understand. The Grimm, maybe kind of sort of. Salem, all right, dude. I know at the end of the day she's a human, but she's magic. That's, you know what I mean? I don't know. I guess a semblance is literally a semblance of magic, so it's magic confronting magic, so that's why you can use your semblances on anything. You know what I mean? But yeah, so this was like the first step, and this is what initially tipped off Salem, because the seer was like, what? Who the hell's over there? I can sense you. Come on out. Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or pay your sentence. And they were like, oh, well, I've chosen death. But yeah. Meanwhile, you know what I love about this scene? It's so rewarding when you watch this back a second time after knowing that that's not actually Hazel, but actually Oscar in disguise, because they kept all of Oscar's like mannerisms, his body language, the way that he was talking, the way that Emerald was being super protective of Oscar. Like, you know, like, okay, hold on. I need to like emphasize this because hold on. So let me close this one really quick. So the first thing is that, you know, he's like, oh, do you think he'll be okay? So when I first watched this, I thought he was talking about Oscar, obviously, because Oscar isn't with them. So I'm like, wait, they let Oscar go by himself? Like, what the fuck just happened? Like, why? Like, I want to wonder that too. I'd be wondering the same thing, because he's by himself. He doesn't have his cane or anything like that. And then the first hint is right here. Why the fuck would Emerald, of all people, be protecting Hazel? That's the other way around. Right? You're Hazel's new sister. You're Hazel's, you know, you're the one that is the one that should be protecting. You know, Emerald basically joined the Oscar protection squad, by the way. So, you know, that's always good. But yeah, so this was the first tell. The second tell was that right there. The second tell was how Hazel's standing perfectly straight, looking dead across. Also, that little hand-holding moment right there where she's like, hey, get in a place, you boy. You have no idea what we're about to get into. So, I don't know why I didn't think that wasn't Hazel. I just didn't question it. Like, everything was happening so quickly, and I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Hazel's literally trying to betray her right now. Oscar's nowhere to be seen. How are they gonna get out of this? Meanwhile, that was him the whole time. And then look at this face. Hazel. Oh, you mean me? That's literally Oscar have written all over him. And I love how they just literally turned Hazel into like a giant Oscar. But yeah, so I thought that was really funny. And then the whole time he's like, and then, you know, afterwards it's like, okay, the fucking Grimm are alerting us. We have bigger fish to fry. Just keep on doing your work. Now, here's the bigger revelation, okay? Excuse me. The bigger revelation here is the efficiency of Emerald Semblance. I don't know if you guys realize this, but we were under the influence of Emerald Semblance that entire time, because we saw Hazel the entire time. We didn't know any better, right? So technically, RWBY used Emerald Semblance on us during that scene. Here's another thing. Another thing is that she no longer needs to have direct line of sight connection to establish hallucinations. I think that's really important as well. I was talking about this in the Discord because it was just a very interesting thing. It's like, first off, she can use her semblance on more than one person. because she can use it now at least on 3 people, right? Because Yang, Ren, and Jean all saw Hazel when they were walking. When they turned the corner, they already saw him. So I think Emerald Semblance is now like an area of effect, because when Cinder was walking, I don't know why this is paused still. Hold on. When Salem was walking, she already saw Hazel from that far away, and Emerald wasn't trying to create that illusion. It's like it was an active thing. It's like if you're within a certain fixed area, Lord knows how big that area of effect is, you are going to see something other than what's already there. And she's not even trying to, right? She's not like super crazy hyper focusing, you know, can't break eye contact, any of that shit. She's not fatigued or anything now. And it worked on Salem. I asked a few chapters back, I was like, do you think Salem can be affected by Emerald Semblance? Because she used it on a Seer Grimm and it worked. And I was like, I didn't know that was possible. So can it work on Salem? Lo and behold, it can. And that's actually ridiculous. But yeah. Did I say no, it's not possible? Because, like, the thing is just, like, Salem is so ancient and so on a different level than most people in this world that I just felt like her and Ozpin are an exception to most of the rules of this world that everyone else follows. So to me, I was like, that would be insane. And it's insane that I was when he switched to like when the effect wore off and it was Oscar, I was like, that worked on Salem? Are you kidding me? You know? But yeah. Also, by the way, Salem's a big fan of Naruto because she's like, Naruto run confirmed. The lamp. Let's go get it, boys and girls. We can do this. Like, the lamp. Find it. Naruto mode activated. Let me get out here. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah. Oh, man. Salem was like, the casserole. Dude, that scene alone is gonna get so memed, it's not even funny. Ozma's talking to another girl? Another woman? I'm out of here. Oh, man. Yeah, that's, yeah, this is probably the most memeable episode of the volume. I unfortunately, I don't think anything has come close. I don't think anything has come nearly as close to, like, top status meme than... Honestly, I think the 2 biggest memes of the community is the Pyrrha Unholy Screams and the Blake and Yang, like, the Bumblebee selfie. The selfie cut. That was it. That was a good one. That was last volume. That, like, dominated the community for that entire week. Yeah, I don't think we've had anything quite as close. Hey, Pyrrha! Ah! I'm sorry! Yeah, but yeah, so I just thought this scene was really, really well done. Like, going back to it, I was like, wow, they set that shit up so well. It was so good. Shout out to anybody who realized that that was Oscar before the reveal happened. Y'all are some grade A detectives. Me? You know I wasn't discovering that shit. I was too lost in the moment to even notice that. And yeah, going back to it was really rewarding to actually see it that second time around. So at this point, Neo took the relic. I doubt it was Oscar who went back and did whatever. What's Oscar doing right now? Oh no, not Oscar. Like, I think what Hazel's... See, because like now I'm confused because it's like, whoa, what's Oscar doing? Wait, no, that's Oscar. Anyways, Hazel is probably currently going to wherever Salem took Oscar's relic, or Oscar's cane, I should say. because he gives it back to him before he challenges Salem at the end. So, because, you know, Oscar was like, oh, I need something before we, I need something before we leave. Basically, I need my cane back. So he's like, all right, I got you, fam. I'm gonna go get this real quick. I'll be right back. So unless he took a detour and came back around and, you know, swapped the relic out or did something or whatever, pretty sure Neo took it while he went and got the cane back for Oscar Ozpin. Yeah, I'm already getting confused by the whole Hazel Oscar thing because I'm still seeing Hazel on the screen, even though that's Oscar masquerading as Hazel. And yeah, I just think, again, Emerald Semblance, pretty busted, pretty evolved, pretty next level. And yeah, you see it here. And I'm just like, and it worked on 3 people. Remember Volume 3? 1 mind I can handle, but 2 minds was a stretch. She couldn't go beyond 2 minds in Volume 3. Right? And then obviously in Volume 5, she had like that mind break where she like hallucinated Salem for everyone in the room to see, but then she passed out. That clearly was beyond what she was even capable of doing on her own. But then she's been working on her semblance, right? She's probably been using like Grimm and other people or whatever to practice. Or maybe Hazel's been helping her or Mercury's been helping her since they've been together the prior volumes. But yeah, right here, you can actually see it. Jean, Yang, and Ren were under the influence of her semblance the second they turned the corner, which again tells me that it's a hallucination AoE. Like, they came into the field of it, and boom, what you see is what you get from her perspective. Also, I appreciate the hug and head pats that Oscar received from Jean and Yang. And I love, like, you see his face, like, his eyes, like, cross. It's like, oh, dude, I just got the life of me beaten out of by, I've spent, like, the last 48 hours getting beaten nonstop. I feel like I have some cracked ribs, some broken ribs even. I've been coughing up blood. I got my shirt's all dirty. I have to go clothes shopping again, so I gotta make the community think I ran away from home because you yelled at me, Jean, that one time. Like, there's a lot of shit that they gotta do now. I got blasted by magic. Yeah. Whole lot of stuff. But, yeah, and then obviously the top one is just like, it's like, all right, dude, we're in this until the end. We gotta keep moving forward. But yeah, I like that bottom scene just because it was like, oh my god, this is... You got captured in the freaking second episode, my god. The second episode. You're literally right up there with freaking Nora. Both of you have been, like, out of the limelight for a hot minute. My boy got a hug and a head pat. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I like the head pat from Yang. I noticed that after the second on the second watch too. Yeah, right there. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let's get a better look at that good old wholesome head pats. Oh, yeah, right there. Yeah, right there. Right there, Jean. Yeah. You're not doing him any favors right now, I'll tell you that much. Hey, there you go. Yeah, this is such a wholesome moment. This is so great. Like, Jean's even, like, chuckling a little. That's how happy he is to have Oscar back. Damn. There goes another rib. Yeah. Yeah. It do be like that, I'll tell you. It do be like that. Oh, yeah. So, and then, yeah, they have Emerald to thank, of all people. Not gonna sit here and be like, okay, Emerald, all's forgiven. You still had a hand in the fall of Beacon, which led to Pyrrha getting killed and tons of other people, and you still have your own issues to sort out, especially with Cinder. And if you really want to go with someone like her for all time, like to the very end, and, you know, you still have Mercury to think about and all that other stuff. So, like, what's really gonna go down? What are you really trying to do? Walk with me, talk with me. Yeah, basically, she's got a lot of shit to settle and sort through. But, you know, at the very least, she helped Oscar. She's having second thoughts. She's coming around. Thankfully, they have Ren to freaking co-sign on whatever it is that she's feeling, because if not, it would be impossible for her to convince them otherwise that, you know, for a split second, she's reconsidering her decisions. So the fact that they have Ren to automatically just be like, oh no, she's scared, just like us, trust me, you know, I can co-sign on that. I have this, you know, my vibe check, like, she passes the vibe check, you know what I mean? So, so yeah, obviously she's being a little tsundere about it, like, or it's because I can actually show you guys how to get out of here, and then the second Salem shows up, she's already crying, so it's like, should have just said you were scared to begin with, because we all know it. Did you notice that Emerald was trying to find Cinder? I don't... Oh, he has no aura. Yeah, that's right, actually. Did they just take his word for it? Maybe Ren is just like that in tune. He's like, you know what? I don't even need my semblance to tell that you're scared. There you go, actually. Yeah, I'll go with that instead. We'll go with that instead. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, his aura is broken. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Jean saved Ren's life, then. Because Salem went to shoot a beam of magic at Jean... I mean, at Ren, and Jean blocked it with his shield. Yo, he would have died. Oh, damn. Actually, yes. Actually, yes. Hold on. I'm skipping. Hold on. Where the fuck is this? Right here. Boom. Just saved him. Holy shit. Wow. I just realized that. I was like, oh, that's right. He didn't have... Oh, so you're telling me he was literally about to die if Jean didn't jump in and save him. Wow. Holy shit. Ren was literally about to die. Oh my God. Wow. I wonder if they planned... I assume they did, right? Like, I'm the one that forgot. I'm like, I wonder if they planned that. Meanwhile, I forgot that Ren didn't have any more aura after that point. Wow. Holy shit, that was freaking Pog. Jesus. Yeah, yeah. Takes me about a week for things to start turning in my head, guys. I watched the episode a week ago. I'm realizing things even now, live during the discussion with all of you guys. Wow. That's crazy. Props to Ren. Props to Jean. I mean, obviously, everyone's looking out for each other, but, you know, if Jean wasn't as coordinated, if we were dealing with a volume 1 Jean right there, they both would have been killed off right there. So, and also, if you notice, like, Jean's aura was flickering after he takes the hit, like he slams into the wall. It's hard to tell if his aura breaks or if it's, or if it just flickers from, like, just getting a heavy hit. But yeah, I can't believe that. Holy shit, that's so freaking cool. I can't believe that, man. Yeah, so, meanwhile, on the battlefield of justice and... you know, glory for Atlas. Where's Team Funky? I don't know, but at least, you know what's really messed up about this scene now that I think about it? This is the second battle for a kingdom that Flint and Neon have been a part of. They were at the Battle of Beacon, and now they're taking part in the Battle of Haven. And it's like, I feel so bad for these two. Like, this is like, damn, bro, we gotta go through this shit again. Like, it was bad enough at Beacon, but now Atlas? Thankfully, they weren't at Mistral, but Mistral didn't fall, so they might be taking place in the fall of 2 kingdoms at this rate. Yeah, Atlas, sorry. I don't know if I said something wrong. Yeah, so, like, Atlas, battle for Atlas, and the battle for Beacon. Yeah, my bad. I don't know what I actually don't know what I said. Oh, I said Haven? Yeah, my bad. But yeah, so yeah, that's a little ridiculous. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. Can these two catch a break? Can you put freaking Cobalt and Ivory in the picture? Maybe they can, you know, like do something for their country or their kingdom or whatever you want to call it. Like, these two are over here like picking up all the slack, doing all the work. Their other two teammates are just there for fan service. They're there just to be like, hey, we're a part of a full team. My name's the K, his is the I. We're Team Funky. Yeah. Come on, Juan. Yeah, I noticed that too. The volume 7 reference, right? The Juan Jim. Close enough. It's like, damn, dude, you still don't know his name? Come on, Juan. I'm pretty sure some people in the community call John like Juan. Or Juan because his name. I don't know if anyone calls him Jim. I'm sorry. You need to stop watching. You need to stop watching the show. I don't make the rules. Hey, I'm just a messenger. Just trying to tell you how it is. Juan is canon. Yeah, Felipe. Yeah, he's gonna go by Felipe now. Yeah, that's the RWBY Chibi skit. He's like, also call me Felipe now. That's kind of my thing. Yeah, Jean means yellow. Yep, it comes from jaundice or jaundice, however you pronounce it. Yeah. Jean arc no longer exists. It's Juan Felipe arc. Actually, that kind of sounds not too bad, not gonna lie. Is there a reason Miles, like they called him Felipe in Chibi? Is that like a reference? Is that like Miles's middle name or something? Or did they just go with Felipe because... just because... Juan Miles Felipe d'Arc. That's his full name confirmed? Wait! Don't fuck with me. I got the power of God and anime on my side. No, but seriously, are you guys trolling me right now? Yeah, Felipe sounds like it's like a Mexican name. Okay, yeah, you guys are trolling me. Stop trolling me, guys. God damn it. My name is Juan Felipe Arc. You killed my red-haired girlfriend. Prepare to die. And then that's how him and Cinder are gonna fight in volume like 12 or whatever. It's gonna be Jean. It's gonna be Jean with. It's gonna be Jean like the king of remnant. He's gonna have the sword of destruction. He's gonna have the shield with Pyrrha's like armor, like with Pyrrha's like melted like armor. He's gonna have the crown, and he's gonna have the spear. He's gonna have like the staff, and he's just gonna fight Cinder when she has all 4 maiden powers. Dude, that'd be such a baller ass fight, dude. Holy shit, that'd be sick. Imagine someone with 3 relics going up against someone with 4 maiden powers. Like, with all the maiden magic. That'd be pretty pog. The Warrior Knight Jean. Yeah, there you go. The Great War 2.0. And, of course, Cinder would get bodied. Yeah, because she can't win a goddamn fight. Jean, Neo, and Ruby, assuming Penny bites it. You killed our red-haired bae. Prepared to die this day. Oh, boy. That's a RWBY Chibi skit waiting to happen. Thank you for the $20 super chat, Slayercast. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'd co-sign on that. That sounds pretty good. The Warrior King of... No. Jean wouldn't be the Warrior King of Vale. He'd be the Warrior King of Remnant. At that point, he's fighting for all of Remnant, and he'd just be like, he'd be immortalized in history. It's like, you thought my grandfather and my father were cool. Step aside. Make way for Juan. Low-key, that'd be pretty cool. I hope someone fights. I hope we get a fight, like, Relic versus Relic. I want a fight with 2 relics going at it. That shit would be so cool. I don't know if it would be cool. It'd probably be pretty devastating and probably do more harm than good. But I think we've already gotten like Maiden versus Maiden. So I wonder what would happen if you combat two relics like combatively, right? So the Staff of Creation, it has like energy and stuff like that. You can use it like for like a magic wand or some shit. And then the Sword of Destruction, like it's in the fucking name. Like it's got to do something to that extent. It has to be destructive. You know, it's got to, you got to swing shit around, cut mountains, split the sea in half or whatever. I don't know. Like I'm expecting something along those lines. So like, just imagine that. Imagine someone wielding two relics in a fight, or two relics, or relic versus relic, or two relics versus someone who has multiple maiden powers. Like, I just want some colossal, like, crazy, high-tier battles as the series goes on. I think that'd be pretty cool. The Intratech 9, I already went into, I already talked about, like, the GoFundMe. We've had contact, well, we've made communications with someone from Rooster Teeth, and we're working on ironing out the details behind the scenes. So it's just gonna take time and patience before we have like a full-on like structured way of how the funds are gonna be distributed and all that. But yeah, I've already gone through that like multiple times during the live stream at this point. So there'll be highlights, I mean timestamps after the stream is done if you wanna go to where I talk about it more specifically. All right, let's see. All right, give me 1 second, chat. Let's see. That "come on Juan" felt more like a fun nickname at this point since they bonded in the Brand New Day montage. Yeah, I could just see him just calling Jean the wrong name so many times that he was just like, you know what? Just call me Juan. Like, that's fine. I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about. And then the second scene there also showcases, you know, the fact that she gave them their window, their opportunity. And this is very conflicting for Winter, I think, too. Here's the thing, though. Like, obviously, I understand the confliction. I understand, like, I'm at least happy that Marrow is the only person here who seems to have a conscience when it comes to, are we really going to go through with this just because it's the mission, just because it's our duty? Do we not have a duty to, like, our humanity? The fact that, yo, can we not wait it out? You know what I mean? Even though she gave them that ultimatum, or she gave them that window to try to make this possible. I just think, like, Marrow's always had, like, Marrow's been affected by everything that's happened since last volume, right? Especially since he didn't want to fight Team RWBY, you know, in chapter 11 and all that. So I just wonder how things are going to turn around for Winter, despite the fact that she's doing her best to do everything, because Ironwood still does not know that Penny is the Winter Maiden. Wait, no. He must know. Right? Yeah, I think he already knows. Never mind. Because, like, I'm surprised he hasn't brought up the fact or has questioned Winter on, like, how did Penny get the power? How did the enemy that defeated you in the fight not get the power, but Penny got the power and got away? Yeah. Just because, like, you know, there's a gap there for Winter to be like, oh, I let them get away. You know what I mean? Another thing, too, is, I'm really surprised we haven't seen a whole lot of Ironwood since the, I mean, not even since the second half. I think the last time we saw him was when Penny got hacked, actually. Like, realistically, getting hacked. Not counting when he was, you know, he's on the intercom or whatever, like, giving directions in the war. But we haven't gotten any, like, significant, like, perspective on Ironwood and what he's currently doing right now. And maybe that's all he's doing, is he's just giving orders, but I don't know. I feel like at some point, like, right, Crow is going to make his way to him. The gang is going to make its way to him. The villains are going to make its way to him because he's the only one that knows how to get into the vault, unless Penny unless they're just going to use Penny. And Penny, I'm pretty sure Penny's going to have to go through him to get that. We actually might get a Penny versus Ironwood fight at this rate, too, because, you know, Ironwood's, like, you know, half robot and stuff like that. And we haven't seen any of his robotic capabilities yet either. But, right, like, for the most part, him versus Watts was a very tame fight, despite him being half robot, being half metal. And given how, like, someone like Penny especially is decked out with all of these technological advancements to her because of the fact that she's a robot, I wonder if Ironwood was just holding that shit back because he wasn't trying to kill Watts. You know, he was just trying to, you know, he was just trying to get information and turn things around. Happy JJ, we actually do know Ironwood's semblance. They did confirm it at RTX. Ironwood's semblance is called Mettle, M-E-T-T-L-E. It's basically like brute mental willpower. It's like an iron will. And the iron will to do good things, the iron will to do things that other people won't do. And I guess it kind of eliminates any sense of a conscience that he would have to do something. It's like if he's like, I'm going to protect this kingdom no matter what, his iron will make it so no matter what it is he is doing, his ultimate objective is saving the kingdom of Remnant. That means when I shoot Councilman Sleet dead, my iron will allows me to do that because that's what needs to be done for me to get the job done, essentially. And that could play a big role into his, into like how he acts, because his semblance almost feels like a trap. You know what I mean? It almost feels like he's a slave to that semblance, because we don't really know what triggers it, or if he willingly activates it, or if it's activated under intense stress or anything like that. So, yeah, in a way, it's like iron will, and in a way, it's also tunnel vision, because it doesn't allow him to think outside of his like narrow-minded scope of his whatever he's trying to accomplish. So, just break his aura. Yeah, I guess that's the only way you'd be able to stop it. Which, again, is probably why he kept Watts alive. Because when he fought up against Watts, when he could have dropped Watts into that lava pit, his aura was broken, so his semblance, he wasn't under the influence of his semblance, I don't think. Is his semblance passive like Crow's? I don't know if they said that if it was passive or not. So yeah, I mean, yeah, if you can break his aura, like this Ironwood we're talking about, but yeah, I guess if you can break his aura, you can get through to him maybe. Oh, it is passive. Okay, yeah, so that's even worse. Yeah, I don't remember if they said it was, so I didn't want to just say it was if I wasn't sure. Yeah. Yeah, so ultimately, you know, she's like, yeah, if I killed my sister's friends, I would tell her I did that because that's my duty. And if my duty means my sister will hate me for the rest of her life, at least I tried to save the people, you know, in the kingdom and all that. I don't know, man. I think I get it. Like, you're a military official, you have to follow rules or you're gonna get in trouble. But, like, I don't know. You still have to keep that humanity intact. That's very important too. Yeah. But at the same time, stopping this whale is the primary objective, and she did give them that. At the same time, it's like, it's come to this. She's like, okay, I gave you an ultimatum. You got to go on that whale. If you're not back in time, we got to drop this payload. And unfortunately, I have to live with that because I gave you this option and you fell short. You know? And on top of the fact that I wasn't even supposed to give you that option in the first place. I was supposed to keep you guys in my sights at all times and not, you know, I'm pulling rank to let y'all do this shit, you know? So it's kind of like, you know, I don't need more of the guilt trip, Marrow. You know, I don't need more on my plate than what I'm already dealing with, bro. Like, I could have just blew Oscar to smithereens if I wanted to, but I'm giving them more and you're not helping. You're not helping, okay? So yeah, I think it's tough for Winter. I think Winter might very well retire when this is all over. Like, it's like, And you know what's even worse? It's like her family is currently at the Schnee Manor, bonding, like getting really, like having so much like family dynamic, and like Winter's off doing this other thing. And I feel like she's being so robbed of that opportunity as well, because like she's doing all of this for everybody, probably even for her mom, for her brother, maybe not for Jacques, but unfortunately he's lumped in with everybody else. And, you know, she's just under so much stress and scrutiny and all that stuff because she's Ironwood's right hand. So, you know, at the very least, things are still planning out. I think the next episode, they're actually going to carry the bomb out, because I think one of the last scenes from the trailer is like she's like drawing her sword. She's like, all right, let's go. And they all carry the bomb out to the whale. Now, here's the thing. The gang is already out of the whale by the end of the episode. Everybody, I think, but Oscar jumped out, you know? And I think at that point, they'll be good. Like, right, she can actually, like, sigh a little bit of a relief. Don't really know what that means for Oscar, because it's like, well, where's Oscar? It's like, he stayed behind, but I'm pretty sure he'll be here any second. And then the whale explodes, and we don't know what happened to Oscar or Salem or Hazel or whatever, you know? Yeah, I know Oscar doesn't know about the bomb, but what I'm saying is like, that, like, whatever he's about to do, like, the bomb is, it's going to cause a little bit more of an issue with the gang, because they literally went there to get Oscar, and that bomb is going to complicate things because, you know, we don't even know what he did with the cane, so that's an entire mystery in and of itself. But yeah, they made it outside. I was like, holy shit, they made it. This is great. This is awesome. And, yeah, Salem caught up to them real fucking quick. And I don't know what Salem's anatomy is like. Like, to be honest, like, she can stretch her arms like freaking, like, the Knuckle of E. She, obviously, the regeneration thing makes sense, right? That's the part of her curse. But, like, I don't know, man. She's just, I'm like, are you even a person anymore? Like, how did that happen? How are you, like Stretch Armstrong over here? Like, Laffy Taffy? Yeah. Okay. So before we get into this talk really quick, guys, I really, like, I'll be honest with you. I've been holding this in for probably, like, longer than I should, but I really have to use the restroom. Your boy went through almost 2 bottles of water, and it's starting to show. So I'm gonna leave you guys with Chair Coon. I know how he's a fan favorite. Got to have a cameo every so often for the stream. He's got a lot of insight, a lot of valuable pieces of kernels of information and wisdom that he'd like to pass on to you. And all he asks is that you make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and enjoy the jams until I return. Take it away, Chair Coon! You've had your 15-minute, you've had your 5 minutes of fame. I need to get back to the discussion. I promise there will be more time next week. Okay? You good? You good? Okay. Alright. Chair-kun says that he loves you guys. He's getting a little power hungry here. There was a little bit of a struggle. I thought I was gonna have to call the authorities, but... Oh, Jesus. He's a lot stronger than he looks. God damn. Alright. Chair-kun sends his regards. Oh my god. This is so embarrassing. How many comments you guys left from my fucking chair when I went to the bathroom? Are you guys serious? Chair-kun in the house. Chair-kun donation. Wait. Oh, okay. We love you, Chair-kun. The chair has arrived. Chair-kun proposed to me. What the fuck? So true, Chair-kun. Spitting straight facts. Well said, Chair-kun. Damn, this chair is smart. I like how you think, Chair-kun. Chair-kun straight spitting. Chair-kun has good taste in music. Chair-kun is so good. Oh my god. Don't you disrespect Chair-kun. Alright guys, I'm here now. Someone's like unsubscribing. Alright, I see how it is. I see how it is. We'll see who has the last laugh when there's a new chair in town. How about that? I honestly think I'd be jeopardizing the future of my channel if I ever swapped out my chair. Actually, no, it would just be an upgrade. He would go from, like, Chair-kun to, like, Chair-sama or something like that. Or Chair-dono. Don't worry, guys. Chair-kun's never too far away. He's always watching. Keep that in mind. Anyways, let's continue the discussion, shall we? Salem has some really stretchy arms, and I'm a little concerned, okay? I'll be honest. I don't know what the hell she's eating. I don't know what that Grimm goop did to her, what those Grimm pools did, but her anatomy, I don't know it. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Anyways, she's the farthest thing from human at this point, but... But yeah, and she was like, yo, right here, she's like, you've been working on that semblance of yours, I see, because you got one over on me, and I'm kind of pissed off. So, that, again, confirmed it. I was really surprised by that. Shout out to the realization that Jean just saved Ren's life in that moment. Because his aura broke from the Seer Grimm. And, had he got hit with that magic blast, I'm pretty sure that Ren would have just turned into freaking, like, ashes. The Juniper death theory would be revived once again. No cap. Okay? So, thank fucking God that Jean is actually competent and quick on his feet and actually has a shield. Right? Because your natural shield just got used up there, pal. I will go into this one clip right here, actually. Give me a second. So I'm gonna... Oh, hold on. So I'm gonna pull this one up. Oh, is this it? What the heck? Okay, I guess it's not gonna work with me. Hold on. Alright, so we're gonna go full right here. And I'm gonna... Okay, well, now it's not working. Anyways, that's a little awkward. Hold on, let me... I was trying to showcase, like, where Jean's aura breaks, but my OBS is acting up now, so now it's not pulling... Oh, there we go. Okay. Anyways, right there. You can actually see his aura. I don't know if the particles that are showing right there are... I think the particles that are showing right there is off of the trail of her energy beam, like, of her magic. But, like, you gotta be, like, really quick. Hold on. Damn it. It's really hard to tell. But you can at least see it flicker. His aura didn't break. But, yeah, like, Ren had no fucking aura. Like, right there. Look at that face. That's the face of someone that's like, I'm about to die. Hold on. We need a close-up on that real quick. Not of Yang's shoes. That's besides the point. Look at that. That's the face of my friend's about to die right now if I don't do something. So, yeah. Pretty serious situation. So happy that I realized that out, like, now versus just not realizing it at all. But goddamn, Yang's shoes look fire. Nah, it's more like, what are those? Anyways, let's keep this going. Yeah. Meanwhile, this whole regeneration thing, just like, tis but a flesh wound. Let me just bring back everything. Let me just, like, recreate my freaking, my rib cage, my lungs. Like nothing ever happened. But it is confirmed that she can feel pain. So she felt everything, which is kind of insane. That she, look at that face. That face, she's like, I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less about what you just did. So, yeah, it's just very interesting. The magic affects her too. And this is huge! Oscar's using magic without his relic. Not relic, sorry, without the cane. He's using magic without the cane. So this is like coming out of him naturally. So it's like Oscar can tap into Ozpin's magic too, which is super cool. Also, this kind of, you know, this is like a dire situation, you know, before he didn't want to use magic, but, you know, it's like, yo, you're about to freaking kill my friends? I don't think so, Chief. Take this. So this is obviously accelerating the fusing process, and, you know, she's writhing over. I saw a video that was like, not a video, I saw like a Twitter poll. Not a Twitter poll, what am I saying? I saw a tweet that showed Salem like this. And it was like, the caption was like, when you take your kids to the grocery store and they're not listening. So like, it's like Salem's the parent and Emerald and Yang are like the children that won't listen. And they're just like throwing a temper tantrum and you're like holding both of their hands at the store. So I thought that was really funny. I was like, yeah. It do be like that. I mean, Salem would know a thing or two, right? She's raised kids herself. And then she's like, all right, here, have one. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's a good freeze frame right there. Holy shit. Yang, any final words? He was like, let her go. And she's like, all right, I'll take that literally. Here you go. Damn. That's really funny. That's really funny. I approve. And, yeah, then everyone just gets grabbed because these claws are so weird. Ugh. They're a little annoying. And she just, like, summons them from the ether out of nowhere. It's like, what Grimm are these even? Also, I wonder if the intro implies that Salem is going to capture RWBY, because these are the same hands that are grabbing RWBY and that are like trying to grab the relic. So in the intro, so I wonder if these hands represent like Salem, or just maybe represent Salem's desire to stop RWBY and to get the relic. So so yeah. I love how she made the actual magic circles. Yeah, we haven't seen that brand in a while. Also, you guys remember the Grimm glove from Volume 3 and how they just never addressed that? They didn't talk about the like, it's clearly from Salem, but it's like, how did Salem get to that level of experimentation? Like, how did Salem know that the magic of the maidens originated from Ozpin, and how did she do the research to figure out a way to siphon that magic through Grimm and like everything else? It's so weird. Like, I really wish I really wish we got that in exchange. Like, when did Salem send Cinder on this crusade to get the maiden powers? I think that'd be so freaking cool. Google? I mean, you can't Google it. No one knows. There's like, oh, wait. You mean the internet in Remnant? Oh, come on. Don't be trolling me, guys. No. She had a lifetime of research. I know. I would just like to see that. You know what I mean? Because like, we haven't seen anything to that level or to that degree of because it had the same brand like that's on her like the iconography of the summoning circle is the same that was on the glove. And even that beetle, was that thing like a one-of-a-kind deal? Like, what's going on with that? Does that beetle have a name? Like, are we gonna name that bug from Volume 3? Clearly it was one of a kind. It must be just as rare as the wyvern or the freaking, I don't know, or Monstra, for Christ's sake. I really just hope they address, or they call back to that or something. Like, that's like a really important like plot device, essentially, that Salem concocted, and it's almost irrelevant now. So, yeah. I don't know. It's just one of the many things that I hope they address or call back to in the future. But yeah, another thing I thought about this, you can definitely tell Salem's like desperation, because Oscar lied to her once, right? When she was like, you know, I like the password to the lamp. And he was like, oh, all the questions have already been used up. And she just immediately zaps his ass. She's like, dude, you really are bad at lying. Like, you lie so easily. Meanwhile, Emerald is like, I didn't do anything to it. And she's like, it's missing. What did you do with it? And she's like, I didn't do anything. Like, Emerald literally didn't do anything. And she keeps questioning her. Like, where is it? What did you do? What did you do? So yeah, so I think now, like, it's interesting how, like, obviously the lamp is, it's like, I can't afford to lose that shit. And if you're not going to tell me, then I'm going to get my answers elsewhere. And it's just, like, I don't know. I feel like that expresses a little bit of how desperate she is to try to find out where is it. Like, I don't care if you don't know. You better figure it out. You better figure out where you think it is. Let's see. When she burst through the whale's flesh to reach them, I instantly thought of Frieza and Namek vibes. Someone's gonna die. Glad she can fight too. Yeah, I'm glad Salem can fight too. I wouldn't say fight. I wouldn't say fight exactly. She can throw people, she can throw magic, she can summon her Grimm, and at most all she did was slam Hazel's head into the ground. She doesn't have proper combat training like the others do. And for the most part, she doesn't really need to. Like, why does she need to know how to fight? If someone like Hazel can, like, freaking bash her face in, and Salem's just like, tis but a flesh wound. At the end of the day, she just whittles down her opponent. She really doesn't even need to fight. You know? Now, if she was able to fight, like, on the level of, say, Yang, or on the level of, say, RWBY, you know, in their trailer form, I think that would be a completely different story. Like, if she actually had, like, Huntsman Academy training, or something to that effect, right? Yeah, she's all offense because she doesn't need to defend. Yeah. But yeah, then even right here, she's like trying to talk down to Ozma. She's like, look how bad, look how far you've fallen. You know, I like that. I like that one little, I feel like this is like a really great meme too. Like this, hold on. This moment right here where she's, you know, she's walking up. I think this is like a perfect meme. Like this right here. And then she looks right there. And then that's the meme. That's the gif. It's literally just like, hey, you want to, hey, you want to hear a secret? I don't know. I just feel like that's like the GIF response. And then it follows up with, you son of a bitch. But yeah. And he's like, why do you keep coming back? What if he was like, because I love you, Salem. Because I can't quit you. Even if you want to destroy the world. We've been through too much. We've loved for too long. Ozma talking, not Oscar, clearly. because you were bae. It's free real estate. Okay. The fanfic. Okay, dude. Don't disrespect me like that, okay? You never forget your first. Oh, God. All valid responses, I'll say. You remember that one moment in the Lost Fable when, you know, Salem's like, we finally had freedom, and he was gonna say something, and then she just, like, burned his face off? I'm pretty sure he was gonna be like, I love you. And she was like, I'm too angry to listen to you. Bye. And it's been like that ever since. He's just been trying to go back there to tell you those 3 words that he wanted to tell you back then that you didn't want to hear him out for. But yeah. This was an interesting exchange though from Yang, because, you know, Yang's facing off against the person her mother was too scared to. And like she's still scared and she's down to be like, yo, I don't care. I don't care if you have me like held down by these Grimm. I'll still tell it to your face. I'll still tell you how it is. You know, and she even says, like, everything that was ever taken from me was because of you. Now, here's the thing, okay? I think there are a lot of Raven stans out there, all right? A lot of people want Raven to be redeemed. They want her to come back. They want her to be relevant. They want all these things from her, right? And, I think that's fine. Like, I think Raven's interesting. I think there's more of a story to tell for her, and there's more of a reason. There's more of a reason of why she made the choices she made. I don't think Raven's just this awful scumbag of a human being that doesn't deserve the time of day or a chance to explain herself, because we don't really know Raven. Like, realistically, we see the front that she puts up. We see the vulnerable side of her, but we haven't seen the Raven of we see the Raven of the present, but she wasn't always like this, and there could be some justifications for that. So when Yang says you like and who was it that I took from you, girl? Summer Rose, my mom. She's talking about Summer Rose. It's not Summer Rose, comma, my mom. Because how does Salem know that Raven is Yang's mom unless she specifies that? You know? I think what Yang is saying is, my mom is Summer Rose, like she's specifying to Salem, Summer Rose, my mom. Like, my mom was Summer Rose. That is who you took from me. And then she says her again. But I don't think she's talking about both of them. I think you can interpret it that way because on a technicality, she did take both of those people away. Like, Salem's influence to whatever degree it was the reason why Raven, you know, parted ways with Team Stark or whatever, and you know, those faults are what drove the team apart. But I don't think Yang is talking about Raven in this moment. I don't think Yang refers to Raven as her mom the same way she is about Summer, the person that actually raised her. Biologically, that's her mom, but like in the sense of fulfilling that mother role, it's Summer Rose. It's almost the equivalent of like, it's almost the equivalent of like growing up with someone who isn't your biological parent, but like you're not gonna be like, that's not my mom or that's not my dad because I didn't come from them if they raised you from birth or whatever. You know, I think it's like that. Yang is always referred to Summer as her mom, right? Super mom, baker of cookies and slayer of giant monsters. You know what I mean? So I think in this moment, she's not being technical. She's being like, she's emphasizing Summer Rose, the girl that you mentioned to my sister last volume, was also my mom that you took away from us. I don't think she's emphasizing Raven in this moment. I don't think Raven's even in her mind right now, to be honest. Now, yes, you can interpret it as she's talking about both of them because both of them are her mom, but you also have to think about like, well, what's the context here that it is Raven that she's talking about? And that's why I say a lot of people love Raven, because like people thought Raven was the Crow last volume. People think that Yang's talking about Raven this like in this moment. I'm just like, y'all need to chill. Like, we're gonna get Raven again. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get Raven again. Like, don't you worry. But I don't think every sequence is like I just think something like something it's very clear what's happening and what's developing. But yeah, I did like the context here. Like, and again, yeah, it kind of makes sense, right? Like Ruby Rose, Summer Rose. No one, I'm pretty sure, like obviously Salem would be able to make that connection. They both have silver eyes. They both follow Ozpin. Their last name is both Rose. They look the same. They look very similar. It's very clear that, okay, that's clearly the daughter of the lady that I had an encounter with in the past. Yang's a different story. Pretty sure Salem also probably knows that, you know, it's like, oh, she looks just like Raven, you know, but like in this moment, Yang's emphasizing that her connection to Summer is that Summer was also her mom. So yeah. Eddie already clarified it. Oh, did he? I did not know that. What did he say? Robert. I actually didn't know that Eddie clarified anything about that. I've just been seeing people making the, I guess, trying to make the connection. It's like, even the delivery, you know, it's not like she was saying, who is it that I taken from you? Raven, I'm sorry, Summer Rose, comma, my mom, comma. It was more like Summer Rose, comma, and then like adding on to that. Eddie clarified that line said Summer Rose, my mom. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because there is a comma there, so I think that's why people are like, oh, it could mean she's talking about both of them. Yeah, I didn't know Eddie clarified. So, yeah, he clarified that she was talking about only Summer. Okay, good. I can sleep a little better at night. I'm like, oh my gosh, there are people that are wayward. I need to show them the light. And then here comes Eddie. It's like, I got you, fam. Yeah, okay. All right, that's good. Good. Anyways. Hazel is the freaking GOAT, dude. Hazel is so awesome, bro. I am so freaking happy this man came around. I've really liked Hazel's development. Like, yeah, it's a little different than what people were initially expecting for like his like morale, like his moral ground for why he had a thing out for Ozpin, why he valued life, why he didn't want to just be a random killer and like want to just go after anybody, right? He didn't want to fight, you know, he didn't want to fight anybody at the Fall of Beacon. He just wanted Ozpin. Like, that was his main vendetta. He didn't want to help Adam kill Sienna Khan, any of that shit. Like, this man valued honor. He had respect. And like at the end of the day, he went through like a really cool development arc, I guess you would say, from the enemy side. The only thing that was a little odd is that he didn't really interact with some of the characters. Like, he never interacted with Tyrion. He never interacted with Salem. I'm sorry, with Cinder. He only ever interacted, like, he was only really, like, he kind of felt like the lone wolf of the group, to be quite honest. Like, he obviously was paired with Adam, and then he was at the fall of, or the battle for Haven, but he didn't really have as many interactions with his, I guess his, I don't even want to call them, like, his friends or his comrades, but, like, the other members of Salem's faction, right? You had Watts and Tyrion dynamic, you have Cinder and Watts dynamic, you have, you know, Em and Mercury, now Tyrion and Mercury. So there's been a lot of, like, pairing ups and stuff like that. And even, like I said, I know that he was paired with Adam, or he paired to meet up with Adam, but even then, that was like a 5-minute thing, and then that was it. You know, there wasn't a lot of, he wasn't, like, connected to anybody. He was in it for his own vendetta, his own reason. Salem was giving that to him. He was giving Salem results. And I kind of liked that. I like that he didn't really, like, try to make it this freaking cool kids club thing. Like, oh, we're all in it together, guys. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like everyone also is in it for themselves, but sometimes they are brought together to work towards a common goal. Like, I think Tyrion and Watts are incredibly efficient, because they achieve two different, like, them taking over over Atlas has been so entertaining compared to how Beacon was taken over, which was so effortless for the most part and pretty lackluster compared to, obviously, Atlas, obviously it's the most threatening and the most, I would say, the most taxing to take down as a you know, as one of the 4 kingdoms that they're gonna go for. Mistral was a fucking joke because it's the summer vacation and the headmaster's in on it, so that was kind of like a no-brainer. So this one, like, for this volume to have a lot of effort for the villains to go through to get this relic, and Hazel playing a big part. He didn't really even play a big part in the relic, you know, the capturing of the relic, as much as he did, like, his own vendetta of finally getting what he wanted, which was Ozpin. And he saw the light. He was someone that, at the very least, we were able to get through to him. And it was so freaking cool and rewarding. And obviously, he probably grew to really care for someone like Emerald, who probably reminds him of his sister. You know what I mean? Like, after being with him for so long, after being on so many missions, and, you know, him taking the blame for the other two so everyone else didn't get in trouble. Like, he's just a bro, dude. You gotta put freaking respect on his name for that, at least. And not only that, the fact that he was like, all right, Ozpin, I'm doing this shit for you. You were truthful to me. You were honest to me. I'm in, like, okay, I'm gonna help you out. No more Gretchen's, boy. I don't give a fuck what system you have to have after this. No more sacrifices for this fight. And then he was like, alley-oop, and just fucking knocked some sense into her. And it was so freaking hype, dude. God, that was such a freaking good moment. Okay, hold on. I need to capture this historic moment for posterity, okay? You guys understand, right? Right here. Clip it and ship it, ladies and gentlemen. The moment you've all been waiting for. The point of impact. The point of no return. Yeah. She's gonna feel that in the morning, essentially. Yeah, that freaking metal part of his fist is going right into her ear. So that definitely, like, knocks some sense into her. Oh, man. Talk about memeage, dude. This episode was memes incarnate. It was so good, dude. So good. Yeah, the metal piece, too. It's like, hey, I got something for you. Yeah, there you go. And then the double take, too. They're like, all right, she's really going to feel that one. God, this is such a good shot right here. Hazel's literally going to sacrifice himself for Emerald. What broke my heart, too, is that she was like, Hazel, and she was like, shaking her head like, no, don't do this. Don't give yourself up. And he was like, nah, fam, I can't do that. I have to protect you. So I thought that was a very, very wholesome moment. And the fight that follows is probably my favorite fight of the volume so far. Yeah, without a doubt. I think Hazel versus Salem is my favorite fight of the volume. Oh, man, this shit was so fucking hype, dude. The way they set it up, I was like, bro. So, leading up to this whole moment, like, this final sequence where, like, Salem's, like, questioning Emerald and all that stuff, I was saying to myself, I was like, Hazel literally said that he was able to kill Salem over and over again. And I was like, he has to be able to do that. The only person that can hold off Salem right now is Hazel. Now, I didn't know if Salem was letting him kill her to just like prove that point, or if she was actively trying to fight him and he was defending himself and all that. Like, because that could have been her way of just trying to get through to him of like, I'll just let him keep killing me to prove the point that I am a force of nature, get him on my side, and so on and so forth. But like, the fact that this man like juiced up, he's like, give me that ice, that fire, that earth, that electricity, that freaking hard light dust. Let me level up real quick and like go all out. In my head, I was like, that was a handicap fight at the Fall of Beacon, by the way. Like, just understand that, thank God they didn't fight this Hazel. And it's understandable that Hazel would go to this extent. You're about to fight Salem, bro. You better go all out. Also, if you look closely, hold on, let me let this one GIF part right here reset. So, if you notice, he's got red, white, purple, and yellow. So he pretty much has Team RWBY colors on him right now. I just wanted people to know that if you didn't notice it already. He's repping, he's putting respect on the show. All right? He's doing it for Team RWBY. Even though I don't think he's ever seen Blake in his life. No, I guess he did. The Haven. Never mind. I take that back. But yeah. Here's another thing. Here's another thing for those who might not have noticed. There's an animation oopsie in this scene. Because if you look closely, he puts in the ice, he puts in the fire, he puts in the electricity. However, in the next shot, the earth is already in his body. So, yeah. That's a little thing. That's an animator trying to get like I don't want to have to edit that in there too. So, or maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe a reaction. Shh, Arnold. Hey, it's an oopsie. These things happen, okay? Or maybe someone didn't want to do the editing and they were just like, let me just put that in there so it just looks badass, okay? It's fine, all right? It's fine. Yeah, but Hazel looks absolutely fucking badass, dude. Look at him. He's got, like, the dust, like, radiating throughout his entire body. You know what's so fucking cool? You know what I love so much about this? It's just the fact of, like, they were literally talking about Hazel in the world of Remnant in Volume 2. When they were like, some people are even crazy enough to inject dust directly in their own bodies. And these type of people have to have a certain level of discipline because doing this could actually, like, destroy them. They literally were foreshadowing Hazel in Volume 2. They were like, oh, trust me, we have someone in mind for this. You just won't see him for another 2 volumes. Yeah, that was, like Volume 2, the dust, that entire sequence, they also were talking about weaving dust into clothing, which I wish they did that more often, honestly. I wish they had dust clothes as, like, an applicable form of fighting. And the only person we've ever really seen do that is Cinder in Volume 2, also in Volume 2, where she, like, weaved the dust into her, like, her clothes would light up, and then she also turned her outfit into, like, a dress during the dance. But we haven't seen it since then. It's like, I really wish they bring back some of those early volume mentions or aspects or, you know, things of dust. And I guess not everybody does that because it's kind of archaic. But, like, I don't know. I just think that it would be great if I don't know, some people out there still followed the practice. And I can understand why it would work for Hazel, because Hazel doesn't feel pain, and I would assume any regular person without that semblance to feel pain wouldn't be able to handle this much. Another thing too to consider is, if you notice during the fight, Hazel has like bags under his eyes, and his eyes start like getting like red. It's because the dust is basically poisoning him. It's almost, if you look at the concept art at the end of the episode, it showed his eyes being yellow, like his, like the white of his eyes being yellow, and that was like for jaundice, to kind of imply that him injecting this much dust in him is slowly killing him. So like he's poisoning his body, and he's pushing his body to fight despite that. So yeah, this is essentially him giving up his life to try to make an impact on stopping Salem. Now, here's the thing. The last time he fought Salem, he said the longest that she was ever gone was a few hours. So what he's doing right now is he's mainly just trying to buy time. He's like, all right, I don't know how much I'll be able to do. I don't know if I'll be able to kill her completely, but at the very least, if I die, I'm still going to try to buy you time. And so that is what the ultimate goal here is. It's to, you know, if there's anyone here that's going to be able to stop Salem or hold her off or buy time, it's going to be him. So yeah, this fight was so freaking cool. This was such a dope fight. So Salem's using magic. I really like the top right corner shot where like he's incorporating like all of the forms of dust. So he's using the electric dust to zip around really fast. He's shooting out the fireballs with the fire dust. He's using isolated crystals too. So on the bottom left, when he jumps off of the platform, he's actually using wind dust right there to propel himself up. And if you notice, it's really hard to see. It's really hard to see right out the gate. So like, if you see him right here, right before he jumps off at the bottom left, he has a bunch of dust crystals in his hands. So when he's in the air, you actually see it. So he has, let's see, you can actually see it right here. So he has an electric dust crystal, an ice dust crystal, and an earth dust crystal. And that's how he comes up to the top. He smashes them all together. He creates the chain reaction, and he gets this giant electric earth ball. Like basically an earth spirit bomb. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like, especially the stance. That shit looks so cool. And I guess Salem was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna eat this. And then he just puts in work, and he just starts like beating the shit out of her. Like the blood, just the fact that you see like the blood splat left, right, and then he just freaking hammer punches her. He just like ground pounds her face in. I'm like, Hazel is a fucking beast, dude. Actually goated. But yeah, I think this fight was very, it was very short and sweet, but I liked the choreography of it. I like that we're actually seeing like the extent of what Hazel is capable of. I think that's like pretty badass too. Yeah, he's basically like a discount maiden right now, because he's got like all of the elements of a maiden, but like he can't maintain this shit forever, and there's gonna be massive drawbacks to doing this. You know, I feel like if he doesn't die from whatever Ozpin did, if it was like a sacrifice, like a 2-in-1 attack, like this attack will kill Salem, but it'll also kill me. If he didn't do that, this was going to kill him. Like the aftermath of using all this dust was going to kill him. Like, so either way, he was planning to go out like an absolute G. Yeah, Hazel, like, dude, Hazel is ridiculously strong. Like, can you imagine, like, God. It's a good thing he came around, because imagine that Team RWBY had to fight this. Imagine he was just so pissed off, and he was so far gone into Salem's, like, darkness and influence, that he was just like, all right, I'm gonna go all out, and they're gonna have to fight this. Thank God Salem has to fight this, and it's, obviously, it's not really gonna make a dent at the end of the day, but it's making an impact in some way, shape, or form, you know? And so... Yeah. Hazel, I think on the power spectrum, I think Hazel's definitely up there with Salem and Ozpin in terms of like, if anyone's gonna survive a fight, with Hazel, it's gonna be Salem and or Ozpin. Anybody else, I don't think it's happened. I think that's a GG for Hazel. Yeah, just raw power. It's just insane. And he's not like, you know, he's built too. Like he's got the body type. He's got, I don't know. This was just such a creative fight too. I just love the like how dust was utilized in the fight. You know, it wasn't just, oh, let me inject it into my body and then let me just shoot all of these different dust types at you. You know, this was a very different take on the fight versus how Hazel was behaving, or how Hazel fought rather in Volume 5. Right, because Volume 5, it was kind of like, we didn't see nearly this level of carnage, I would say. And again, he wasn't there to pick fights. He wasn't there to just flex on people. He probably wasn't also there to kill Ozpin. He was probably there to capture him, bring him back, but he was pissed off. So yeah, I just think at the end of the day, just looking at Hazel compared to every other character in the show, I think Hazel's definitely at the top in terms of OP mega hacks potential, in terms of how he'd fare against other characters. Yeah, you won't like him when he's angry. Yeah, he basically went Hulk mode on Salem right there. He's like, just freaking Hazel smash! Just freaking smashed her face in like it was nothing, and she was just like, just another day at the office. Another one bites the dust, you know? She's like, I've been through this before. Don't you just hate it when your employees turn their back on you, when your employees start unionizing, you know? I feel like to Salem it's just kind of like another day, another thing. Who is your favorite character so far? I don't know. Like I feel like my choices for characters are always changing. I think by default, I would always go to is like Pyrrha, Weiss, Ironwood, Pyrrha, Weiss, Ironwood, Jean, Hazel, especially after this, especially if he's dead now. But yeah, I still have to think on it a lot because anything can change. I definitely want to have like a definitive end game. Like these are my definitive favorite characters for the RWBY series by the time everything is said and done. But yeah, let's see. I'm glad that Yang addressed Summer as being her mom as well as RWBY. People tend to forget that giving birth to someone does not define them as a parent. Agreed. Absolutely. That's why I was very much against the fact that she was talking about Raven, despite Raven being her biological mother. There's a difference between being a mother and being a mom. Raven to Yang, Raven is a mother. To Yang, Summer is a mom. So yeah, I think I definitely agree with that. Ozma was about to say, I forget you. Oh, come on, dude. Don't do that to me. Let's see. Yeah, so he basically did this for Emerald at the end of the day, right? He even said, was like, go, and he said it with a smile on his face. So, like, I think this opens the doors for a lot of, I think this really opens the doors for Emerald's perspective on Cinder. I think this would be a great opportunity for Emerald to see what it's like for someone, right? Because if you remember the song I'm the One, that song definitely talks about Emerald and Mercury's perspective, and from Emerald's perspective, it's that she was born on the streets. No one ever cared about her. Nobody ever loved her, showed her kindness, compassion, or anything like that. Like, she basically grew up not knowing what it was like for someone to care about her or to show that in any capacity. So, look at Hazel, someone that has been around her for not that long, right? Couple years, like a couple years max, right? Since the fall of Beacon, from the fall of Beacon to the fall of Atlas. And this man gave up his life to save her. Probably would have done the same thing for Mercury if he was around too, but she's long gone. He's long gone, right? And so in this moment, she got captured, you know, she was about to get tortured by Salem, all that other stuff. and like he let her in on the plan, and that he was going to try to get everybody out, including Emerald. And he went to the extent of fighting Salem and dying to make sure that she and everybody else made it out. Now, how do you think Emerald is going to feel moving forward, knowing that someone like Hazel cared about her to the point where he gave up his life to save her, and she's continuing to follow someone who couldn't give a rat's ass about her? I think this is a good point for Emerald to start seeing the juxtaposition of how she's done so much for someone who's done so little for her, and how she did so little for Hazel, but Hazel did so much for her. I think that this is definitely going to be an eye-opening experience, or it has the potential, I should say, to be an eye-opening experience for Emerald to kind of just see what love is like and what it's like to do for others and get the same type of effort and energy in return. Emerald was Hazel is the definition of love and affection that Emerald needed in her life. And she's clearly not getting that from Cinder. I don't think she ever will. And I think this is a good point for her to start seeing the difference and maybe considering stepping away from whatever Cinder's doing. If Cinder, A, refuses to acknowledge her, give her credit, show appreciation, or even change her ways if Emerald tries to convince her that, like, yo, Hazel just died. Mercury's probably in danger because he's got Tyrion around him. And, yeah, I'm basically on the run now from Salem. What do we do? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think this can open the doors for the potential, everyone's been saying it, Emerald Redemption arc, or Emerald Redemption, or Emerald turnaround that she's capable of, right? She's a child like the other ones are, realistically, like, in the grand scheme of things, you know what I mean? Like, even Raven said it. She was like, 2 kids you tricked into following you. A disgraced Elysian scientist and a maiden with a surname so clever she probably picked it herself. So, like, even Raven knows how duped Emerald and Mercury are to follow someone like Cinder. So I really think that, you know, it's not too late. It's not too late for Emerald. You know, you can say, well, she helped in the fall of Beacon. Well, guess what? Fucking Ilya helped in almost assassinating Blake's parents. But I think that if she can get a pass for that, if she herself didn't specifically kill and get blood on her hands, if she was influenced by a higher power, being like Adam, the White Fang, the same way that Emerald was influenced by someone like Cinder and the Grimm and Salem, I think if we're going to give a pass to Ilya, I think that pass can easily be passed on to Emerald since their situations are so similar. Emerald is a murderer. Never forget that she killed that Faunus and Vaught. No, that was Mercury. We saw Mercury shoot. Tuxin in the face. She was just there. Mercury's the killer. Mercury's the trained assassin. He's the one that was meant for this lifestyle. Emerald killed bandits, though? Did they ever say that those bandits were... Wait, what do you mean? What bandits? Emerald helped Mercury kill him? I mean, she was just there. All she did was duck, and he attacked, and Mercury killed him. Nah. I think she's capable of redemption, especially if she's remorseful for the things that she's done. She knows that just as well as anyone. She's got Stockholm syndrome right now. Like, she's got guilt for the fact that someone like Cinder saved her, took her off the streets, and used her for her situation, and she's not strong enough to leave that. She's not strong enough to leave what she thinks is a good situation and a good person. And if anything, she's being abused just as much as, not just as much as, but she's being abused by Cinder just like everybody else. So it's all in how they do it. It's not to say that everything she does will be wiped clean. It's not to say that she won't feel regret and have to live with the fact that she helped do all of these things for the rest of her days, those things are, that's what you have to live with. But being redeemed isn't like a get out of jail free card. You're forgiven, everyone will forgive you. There will be people that will never forgive her. There will be people that the best thing that she can do, at least, is try to show that she is remorseful for the things she's done, and moving forward, she'll put her best foot forward and trying to not be like that, and, you know, be a productive member of society, or and so on and so forth. Yeah. Volume 3 Bandits. Volume 3 Bandits? I'm trying to think. Oh! You're talking about the flashback. Okay. Okay. Well, someone said Volume 3, and I thought they were talking about, like, Adam's bandit camp flashback. Right, when they went back to when they went back to meet Adam the second time. Yeah. I mean, imagine not doing that. Imagine not listening to Cinder now that she has the Fall Maiden powers and being like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Like, it's all about how Emerald is feeling about it. Is Emerald, like, Emerald even said she doesn't care about any of this. She's not doing any of this because she wants to. She's doing all of this because of Cinder. Right? And we have also seen, and we've also gotten evidence of when Emerald, like, deviates from what Cinder wants. What does Cinder do? Slaps her. Right? Do not forget your place. So she's being just as abused and just as manipulated into being forced into this situation as anybody else. Mercury might be more into it, you know, because that's kind of like his vibe. That's kind of how he feels. But Emerald is in a very different boat. And so, yeah, I'm a bit more lenient when it comes to that. Raven's bandit camp. Yeah, I mean, the bandits are irrelevant. Like, the bandits are fodder. Who gives a shit about the bandits? Like, the bandits are fodder to push the plot, to emphasize that the villains are villains. But, like, Emerald is acting out of fear of Salem and fear of being reprimanded by not doing what's expected of her. She's almost kind of like an indentured servant, because how are you going to say no to a Fall Maiden? How are you going to say no to someone who you've been subservient to ever since she saved you from the streets and reminds you of how much you owe her and how much you'd be nothing without her and have never even said thank you? You know? Do you think Mercury can be redeemed? I don't know. I think Mercury's a fucking mixed bag, dude. Like, I don't know. The situation's fucked no matter how you look at it, but, yeah, I feel a little bit more empathetic to Emerald just because of the fact that she's under, like, the... what's the word I'm looking for? Like, even if she didn't want to do this anymore, she couldn't. Like, even if she's like, I can't do this anymore, I don't want to, she'd be forced to do it. So she's, like, stuck either way. Yeah, I think both of them have a chance to be redeemed. I just think Emerald deserves it more. Mercury is kind of like in his, like, bad boy phase, like, fuck, you know, you only live once, like, I don't give a shit, I don't give a damn, I'm gonna live my best life, I'm gonna do my thing. I feel like he's a bit more hard-headed, and he'll realize it after the fact. And she'll probably be the one to help him realize that. Or maybe he might die in the process, too, who knows? And I don't want this to get misconstrued with people who think that this is the case across the board, across all examples that are similar to this, both real life and fiction. I just think Emerald hasn't really done nearly as much as someone like Salem, as Cinder, as Adam, as Watts, for example. Like, these are villains. These are accomplices. These are accessories to the villains. These are the people that are going to get dragged down with them because they had no other choice. Tyrion. I mean, Tyrion. I didn't even say Tyrion because, like, do I have to say Tyrion too? Like, that's self-explanatory. Yeah, Tyrion's fucking burning in hell. And he's going to love every minute of it. Let's be real. But yeah. So again, second half of the fight. If you guys notice, in this first part here, actually, it's very quick. It's very quick to miss. Hold on. Actually, no, it's the second clip right here, I think. Yeah. So this second clip right here, if you look closely, he actually has a hard light dust crystal in his right hand right there. And so if anybody was confused about that, if anyone was confused about, like, oh, what the hell was that? What the hell was that thing? Like, what's this thing that's popping up? So he just activates the hard light shield. And that's what prevents her from just attacking him head on right there. And he had the crystal in his hand, so it helped him out. And then she just, like, slings him across the room. But yeah, that's just for, in case anybody, like myself, I'll be honest, it took me a little bit to realize that as well. But, for anybody who didn't realize that that was a thing. Yeah. Wait, gravity? No, so that's not gravity dust. The thing that's in his arm is earth. That's earth dust. I think gravity dust has is like more, like it's just a deeper purple, a brighter purple. Like that one, it's hard to say. Like dust has been inconsistent with colors throughout the series. Purple is definitively what gravity dust has always been, but like that dust is a different hue, a different shade of purple. So yeah, that's earth. That's earth dust. Deep glowing purple is the gravity. And so yeah. And this whole thing right here, her slamming his head into the wall, into the floor rather, I mean, it's not hurting him, but I'm pretty sure he can still get like a freaking, like a concussion from doing that to him. You know what I mean? Like his body is still gonna feel the effects of everything that's happening, even if the immediate pain isn't there, you know? I also wonder if he feels pain after he turns his semblance off, you know what I mean? Because his semblance, you know, you can activate it whenever, so I don't think it's a passive constantly, I don't think his thing's like passive, like, oh, I just live not feeling anything. I think it's usually when it comes to combat. No pain does not mean no yeah, exactly. No pain does not mean no damage. I mean, that's why, like, he would probably be in, like, excruciating pain right now from the dust injections if he didn't have that semblance. But, you know, he has the bags under his eyes, like the red, that's emphasizing that he's being poisoned. Like, his eyes are, like a yellow tint. So, that's, you know, that's poison. It's poisoning him, essentially. Yeah, it's a passive nullifier. Yeah, so it just numbs the pain, essentially. But yeah. And then, again, he can only buy time, because it's like, you can Hulk smash Salem's face in, and give her, like, 20 seconds, and she's good. You know what I mean? So, I liked this standoff, too. Like, Salem looks up, and then it's like I don't know what sound cue they use, but it sounded like a chime, like a sound cue, like a chiming noise. I just liked this standoff. It's like Oscar with the I keep calling it relic. Oscar with the cane, and then Salem, and it's like, oh shit. Oh shit. What's gonna happen? Who's gonna make the first move? And obviously it's Salem, but the name of the episode is Witch. And what do? They burn the witch at the stake. That was the freaking coolest shit ever. I was like, that was so freaking creative. He was like, Let me keep that extra dust crystal for safekeeping. Let me grab her. And it's like, obviously she's holding me back, so I'm going to burn her alive. And if you didn't know if she can feel pain, yes, she can feel pain. She's screaming her freaking head off. And meanwhile, he mentions, he's like, do it. You know, it's like, just do it. And this gave me Dragon Ball Z vibes. So for anyone who hasn't seen Dragon Ball Z, I'm about to spoil a part of like a 30-year-old anime of the first arc of the anime. But obviously, Dragon Ball Z, Raditz, Goku, and Piccolo. Goku grabbing hold of Raditz, you know, putting him in a full Nelson, holding him off. He can't get off. He can't break free. It's like, the only way we can stop Raditz, Piccolo, is if you kill both of us. And Piccolo's like, my pleasure. Special beam cannon, and that shit goes through both of them and kills both of them. But because Dragon Balls exist, Goku eventually gets resurrected. But yeah, like, that's the vibe that I got from this moment. Oscar's doing something. He's channeling something. And this is why I'm going to go back to like what Hazel said. He's like, the longest that I ever killed Salem was a couple hours. And based off of what Hazel displayed here, that's probably like just raw power and carnage of him just like obliterating her at the best of his ability. And the most he got was a few hours. So I think there's a lot of possibilities here. So I guess now we can get into like the theory crafting aspect of what we think is happening exactly in this scene. So one thing that could be happening is that he's literally like Exodia obliterate. Like, this is gonna kill Salem, but it's gonna kill Hazel too. But Hazel's giving me this opportunity, and this is going, because the attack is so devastating and it's magic based and it's something to do with whatever Ozpin has up the cane sleeve. This is probably going to prolong Salem's revival the longest that it's ever been. Half a day, maybe, you know, more than a few hours, several hours, who knows. And this will guarantee the maximum amount of time that they'll have to do whatever to get everything situated under control before she's resurrected. Also, she's burning alive, so that probably helps. A second theory that I heard is that this could probably be rewinding time. You know, people have been talking about Ozpin, his association with time, the fact that it was mentioned in Volume 3 during the commentary that, like, his cane can store time. And so this might either rewind the situation to give them a better outcome. Maybe. I've also heard another theory that we never really got an explanation on the vaults, like where the relic is stored. We saw it in Volume 5, and it was this empty, timeless pocket dimension. And Ozpin had to have created it because the relics predated those vaults existing. And they were created at the base of the school, which is probably where a portion of Ozpin's magic went to in creating those realms for the relics to be safeguarded behind. Some people were suggesting maybe he put Salem into a temporary pocket dimension similar to that, and like the light like covering up the screen is like how it like engulfed all of them. I heard that. And those are the only three options that I can think of at the very least. I just think that it's more plausible that this is a devastating attack that kills both of them. I think that's the simplest. Oscar himself was like, she'll just come back if we don't do something. So Hazel gave him the opportunity, and I think this was like a noble sacrifice for him to do. Like, he clearly was going out. He knew what was, even Hazel knew what was going to happen. He's like, do it. I know you have something in mind to take care of her. It's going to kill both of us, but it'll buy you time. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, that is what is happening right now. I want there to be a little bit more, personally. But I think the attack will just kill her and get time. Yeah. Maybe he took the whole whale with him, with Salem. Just lock Salem and the whale in this pocket dimension. I think this is going to compress time and keep Salem in and them in a pocket dimension. However, it'll cost Oscar his remaining time. So here's the thing. I've always had this interesting thought in my head that Oscar is going to have the same white hair that Ozpin had. I don't know why. I just feel like that would be kind of cool as like a reminiscent of the Ozpin that we were all introduced to when the show started. Obviously, that's not the case because, you know, all of the other lifetimes that Ozpin has lived, you know, they've all had like their regular, like none of them, there wasn't just white hair across the board. But I've always, you know what I mean? Because like even the first time that we saw Oscar, like Ozpin like control Oscar, the first time we saw that, like him sitting in the chair, like the first transformation, we actually saw the white hair with Oscar, and I was like, oh, that shit's so cool. So like I don't know, I think it would be super cool if like Oscar just has like Ozpin's like white hair when the transformation is complete, like when you know definitively that it's now Ozpin. Did they ever tell us who the OG Oz body belonged to? I mean, we saw the person. It was just some random dude who Ozpin was born into. Oh, you mean like the teacher? Like the headmaster? No, we don't. It's just another one of many. One of many. We don't know when he became the host of that. We don't know if the person that, you know what I mean? Because like Ozpin would have had to coordinate this person being the headmaster if it was prior. You know what I mean? Like Ozpin would have either had to plan who the next host would be, and then when he transferred to this guy, he was already the headmaster of Beacon, and you know the headmasters were already established, and Ozpin already had his plan orchestrated, or the person that eventually became headmaster Ozpin was the life that he lived at an early age, which then went on to create the schools and establish the Huntsman Academies and all that stuff. Okay, but why Ozma? Wait, what do you mean, why Ozma? Why the name Ozma? I mean, it's a Wizard of Oz reference. People can get white hair due to intense stress, so I think it's possible. So this is also, there's a possibility that this could be a magic usage, and this could be the final push that pushes their merging to be complete. Which could be, we might have just gotten the last selfless, wholesome act of Oscar, like, prior to the merging. We just don't know what's going to happen when the dust settles. Why is his first name Ozma, then Ozpin? It just might have been the name of the person. Like Ozma is the original guy from the time before humanity, like the time of magic. But Ozpin, that might be the name of the guy that he took control of. Just like Oscar is the name of this kid, you know? And that's what he goes by now. Now, I don't know for certain if it's like, if every incarnation was an Oz, like Oswald, freaking Osborne. Like, I don't know if it's that crazy parallel. Like, that's the common thread. They all have the same kind of name. So yeah. Or they're just modernizing. Maybe it's just a modern version of Ozma. You know? Because Salem refers to him as Ozma. There was that one time in Volume 3, right, the monologue that she was talking about. She did refer to him as Ozpin in Volume 3. But most of the time, she says Ozma. So, and then everybody in the present calls him Ozpin. Because, you know, that's his alias. That's what he's known as. Ozpin's delay in using magic is him resolving himself to say goodbye to his remaining time as himself. He knows this is when the two merge. I'm so stressed out about seeing this episode tomorrow. You haven't seen the episode? Oh boy. Well, I hope you don't mind being in the discussion. Oh, wait, you said tomorrow's episode. I thought you meant like as a first member. If you mean as a first member, tomorrow's episode is delayed until next week, if you guys didn't know that already. I mentioned it at the beginning of the stream, but I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the stream. But yeah, some crazy shit's going on in Texas right now with the weather and all that stuff. So the episode is delayed until the 27th for first members. I thought you were like, oh, I was like, you mean this episode comes out tomorrow, but for non-first members. But yeah, the new episode doesn't come out tomorrow. But yeah. But yeah, so do any of you guys think differently? Do you guys think there's any other outcome to what you guys think this relic is doing other than what I mentioned? Also, I'm going to take slow chat off, so I'm going to brace myself for that. Freedom! He called it a relic again? Yeah, my bad. I don't know why I keep calling the relic the cane a relic. God damn it. I don't think Oscar will fade away. He'll just gain Oz's memories. Imagine that. Imagine the reverse happens. Imagine instead of Ozma taking over Oscar, Oscar takes over Ozma and retains all of Ozma's memories. That'd be interesting. The cane is not a relic. Yeah, I know. I don't know why I keep saying it, though. And it's just today. Like, I haven't been doing that. It's just, I don't know. It's a today thing for some reason. His cane has the power to extend cliffhangers by 1 week. True. I just think it's a laser beam, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I think it's an attack. It's just maybe the way that they used it, right? It like went out and then it covered the screen, and maybe that was their clever way of closing out the episode. But in them doing it that way, you're instantly going to have people speculating. Maybe that was part of what was happening, and it wasn't actually an attack, but something else, you know? But yeah, I'm very eager to see what happens. Very eager to... You know what's really going to suck? Is that I guarantee you we're not going to find out what happens next week. We're not going to find out what happens in episode 10. We're going to find out what happens in episode 11, because it's that big of a cliffhanger that in typical cliffhanger fashion, they're going to switch to the other perspective, being RWBY, Weiss, Blake, the Schnee Manor, and that whole situation that's going on at episode 10. And we'll at least maybe get episode 11 or 12 will give us what happened after this. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen, dude. Oh, yeah, that's definitely what's gonna happen, dude. Everyone's gonna be like, everyone's just gonna be so out of tune with the episode, they're like, this isn't what I wanted. I wanted the other thing. I wanted the cliffhanger aftermath. I'm gonna be so mad if they do that. Oh, I mean, get mad now so you're not mad then. Get mad enough now to where you expect it. Here's the thing. Expect it now, so in case if it doesn't happen, you'll be hyped for it. There you go. Always undercut your expectations, and you'll never be disappointed, but there's always a chance for you to be hyped. Oh, man. But yeah, that is the episode in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're gonna get into the poll next. Of course, I want to close out with just the concept art for the episode. You got the relic in the whale. You have the trenches of the battlefield. You have winter, which I'm a little nervous of the fact that they're showing concept art for winter now, and I'm just like, okay. I hope you're not insinuating anything by showing us concept art of winter. I know she was in the episode, but we've also seen this concept art before, I think. But yeah, hopefully this is not like a red herring of like, hey, here's Winter. Remember her. She's gonna be relevant soon. Okay, I'll stop it. I'm sorry. I'm not memeing. I'm just saying, like, the dynamic of Winter right now and like Ironwood is very unsettling. And then they have and then there's Salem on her wind tornado thingy. And then you got Big Daddy Hazel. Yo, if Hazel went out, he's an absolute G for that. That's all I'm saying. And so, yeah, you can actually see the left is what his eyes are like throughout the episode, and then right is kind of like emphasizing the yellow in his eyes, like the jaundice, which is like he's killing himself, and yeah, the blood of the earth crystals are doing a little bit of damage, if you will. So, so yeah, there's a chance that we will never see Hazel again after this episode, and if so, it's been an honor. He's been really entertaining, especially this volume. And it's just great to see that he turned around and he did what his sister would have done. And I love that. I love the moral of that was just like, you know, he stopped going for vengeance and instead decided, you know, at the end of the day, how can I make my sister proud? Or what can I do to honor her? Because the only reason why I'm in this predicament is because I loved her so much. And at the end of the day, I think his newfound sister, or, you know, the person that he looked after being Emerald, probably reminded him of Gretchen. And so he's a G either way. Whether he did it for his sister, whether he did it for Emerald, he helped the squad out. And, you know, he's a real one for that. So, yeah, I mean, Hazel was great, dude. It's just one less person. One of many deaths, I think. I think Hazel's just the beginning, to be honest. But yeah, that is the chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I really appreciate all of you guys. This is a much longer discussion than what I've typically done this volume. Usually we're at the 3-hour mark. We're almost in the 4-hour mark. But, no body, no death. Okay, dude. All right. Well, I guess we have to wait until we actually see the lifeless corpse to confirm the death is actually that instead of... Well, here's the thing. If Salem is dead for an X amount of hours, that guarantees that Hazel's dead. Because if Salem can survive that, Hazel can't. So, just keep that in mind. Anyways, we're going to be closing out now. CC Raneem, I'm sorry to ask again. Have you talked about how Cinder hasn't told Salem about Raven yet? Thanks for the stream. Can't wait to come back. No, I haven't talked about that just because it's like they don't, like, it doesn't matter to them anymore. Like the relevance of the relevance of Raven to Salem was that she was the key to the relic, but they don't need the key to get the relic anymore because they have it. The only way that Raven is going to be relevant is if Cinder wants to go back and finish things off. If she gets more of the maiden powers, if she wants all 4 powers, she's going to have to seek out Salem herself. But, I'm sorry, she's going to have to seek out Raven herself, but Salem doesn't need the maiden power anymore. So yeah. Let's see. Hey, Pigeon Power, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey, Arnold, question pertaining to last chapter. Remember when the Saber Grimm ran from the Hound earlier in the episode? Do you think that the Saber knew that the Hound was a silver-eyed warrior? That's actually a good question. That's actually a good question because Grimm would be naturally afraid of silver-eyed warriors. I don't know. It could either be the fact that this Grimm is just on a whole different level compared to them, or it could be the silver-eyed warriors. I actually never thought of that. That's interesting. Yeah. That's something to think about, actually. That's actually a question I wouldn't mind knowing about from the RWBY. Yeah. Oh, we still going? Oh, no, Sonny. We just finished up. We just wrapped up. I just did the concept art. And, yeah, the discussion is wrapped up. My reaction will be posted on the channel tomorrow at 12 as usual. I'm also going to be streaming Genshin Impact over on twitch.tv/murderofbirds. I'd really appreciate if you guys could follow me over on Twitch. I've been doing a lot of fun streams over there, and I'm going to be streaming Genshin Impact all day tomorrow from like 1 o'clock until like 9 o'clock. I'm doing the Lantern Rite event. So, yeah, we're going to get into the polls too. So, before we head out, I'm going to show you guys the result of last week's polls, which is no surprise to anyone, I'm pretty sure. And then we'll get into the last follow-up. So, last week we did a poll on if you cook 2 servings of lasagna, then put one on top of the other, how many lasagnas do you have? 1,082 people voted on Twitter. 65.5% said 1 lasagna. 34.5 people said 2 lasagna. Now, I think that's the overall consensus, like, across the board, like, even in the community, not even just for what I did. I also did the same thing on YouTube, and a bigger turnout, 5,400 people voted, with a 72% turnout for 1, 82% for 2. So, yeah, I mean, I'm a little conflicted by it, just because, like, I don't know, like, I get it, but, like, 1 lasagna is supposed to, like, I guess you have to define what does 1 lasagna mean. You know what I mean? Like, what defines 1 lasagna versus 2 lasagna? Can 2 lasagna only exist if they are side by side? You know what I mean? Like, is it only 2 lasagna if the 2 are... So if I take 1 lasagna and cut it in half, do I have 2 lasagna now? Like, horizontally cut it in half, not vertically. Like, if I cut it horizontally in the middle, does that make it 2? It's 2? But isn't there, like, a criteria for how many layers make a lasagna? Like, they're still stacked. Okay. Anyways, I'm moving on from this. This is fucking ridiculous. Anyways, I'm going back and forth on it. I understand it, but I feel like also proportion-wise, it's very clear. It's like, okay, well, that's just 2 lasagnas on top of each other. Yeah, you're eating one, you're serving it as 1 lasagna, but that's clearly 2 lasagnas put together. So, anyways, the next poll that we're doing for round 9 is as follows. Oh, nope. I completely oh, you know what? I goofed. You know why I goofed? Because when I went to go and look for this tweet, I think I got oh, no, Pog, it's still here. Let's go. Okay, so I went to that one tweet and I was like, oh no, did I erase my draft? Okay, we're good. Okay, so season 2, round 9. So I had this theory. I had this this poll because I had a really bad sleep schedule this last week. So I want to know, how do you guys sleep? Do you sleep on your back? Do you sleep on your stomach? Or do you sleep on your side? Let me know. Tweet's going out now. I'll have it up on YouTube shortly after this. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I talked to a bunch of, like, so I think Kaylin sleeps on her back. I prefer sleeping on my sides. And what's even crazier too, I have a specific side that I have to sleep on. I have to sleep on my left side. I'm not comfortable sleeping on my right side. I don't know why, but I also only sleep on one side of my bed. Like, I have a queen size bed, but I always sleep on the side that's closest to my door. I've always done that. I've always done that too. So I don't know why. It's just, I just feel more, I don't know if it's my hair or what it is, but like, I just feel comfortable sleeping on my left side. And I only sleep on the bed. Well, I guess more specifically, I sleep on the side of the bed that's away from the wall. So my bed has always been against a wall, and whatever side my bed is on, like, whatever side that's furthest from the wall is the side I sleep on, which I guess subsequently is usually the side that's closest to my door. Anyways, yeah, so, not a lot of stomach sleepers I see. I mean, I don't know if that's a common thing. Oh, laying on your stomach is bad for you? Oh, I guess that's why. I love how you said that, and then someone, 2 comments prior, was like, I sleep on my stomach. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Yeah, anyways, that's gonna do it. Oh, my God, and Oh my God, a lot of people are side sleepers. I should have put left side or right side, but I think I'm the only person that's like very specific on what side I sleep. I'm probably a weirdo compared to everybody else. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys all so very much for hanging out with me for the live stream discussion. I hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate y'all hanging out for me for about 4 hours, getting through all of the goods of this episode, the lengthy intro that we did as well. I really appreciate it. So tomorrow, again, my reaction to Chapter 9 will be going up on YouTube at 12 p.m. Pacific, noontime, Eastern Standard Time. We are not getting a new chapter tomorrow, just as a reminder. We are not getting a new chapter tomorrow because there is a delay going on because of the weather conditions in Texas. So Chapter 10 will be next weekend, so we will not have a live stream discussion for this upcoming week. And I will also be streaming over on twitch.tv/murderofbirds. I'll be streaming tomorrow and I believe I think maybe even Sunday and Tuesday. But I'll be streaming again tomorrow, so if any of you guys want to be able to, you know, tune into my gaming streams over on Twitch, I'll be streaming there as well. Links, as always, will be in the description down below, or you can just go to Twitch and follow me there. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. I had a lot of fun. I really hope you guys did too. Thank you guys all so much for the support. Thank you guys for the comments, for the donations, and for hanging out. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your week, rather. I won't see you guys until... In terms of YouTube discussions, I won't see you guys until next Thursday. So yeah, that's all that's going to be for me. Thank you guys all so much. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your weekend. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Take care. Bye.